The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, it's me, Mario.
Shall we
All right.
Player to another. Dark soul light. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the Nude Clan.
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan. I am your host, Caleb Schweiss.
I'm Joseph DeGollier.
Caleb Craig.
This is Cameron.
And today, Joe and I are going to be reviewing Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door. This is my my very first Mario game that I've actually beaten.
Me too.
Yeah, that's kind of sad for playing video games as long as we have, and this is the one. Takes an RPG. Not that we voluntarily played it, of course.
Well, there's two more Mario RPGs for you.
Yeah, I know. Those don't look as good, though, according to the internet.
The first Paper
Well,
Mario.
the first one is
and
great,
The
but
Legend
they're-
of Seven Stars, which is known by pretty
I'm
much
looking
everyone.
at two other ones. So there are multiples.
What two other ones?
Well, the
Super Mario RPG.
The Wikipedia
Yeah, the
has
Legend of the
Paper
Seven
Mario
Stars.
Color,
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah.
Paper Mario Sticker Star and Paper Mario Color Splash.
Oh.
And both of those aren't too well loved. Which is surprising because it's a Mario game, which means it probably is really bad. But people were like, "Oh, we can't."
No, I don't think Mario has the same kind
We
of boost
can't.
a Zelda game does. I
You
don't
don't
think
think
so. No, there's like things like Super Mario Strikers that are notoriously bad games, even though I've played it and I had fun.
They're not bad games.
See the
think-
reviews for that thing. I think it
They're
was
not
Super
bad.
Mario Strikers. There was some Mario game that I had played that everybody like shat on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Keep going.
could be a tennis one.
Strikers has a 7.6.
Oh, then it's definitely not Super Mario
So
Strikers.
that's not good.
Strikers is a pretty fun
Oh,
soccer
that's
game.
That's not great, but it's not. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like it might be a tennis game.
it'll be fun to get to that.
It was painful, though, I'll say, doing the Mario and Luigi conversations in the beginning. Because, like, I go from doing their accent to just, like, and I end up just reading normally because it's just too much. Hey, bro, what are you up to today? Like, and I'm like, I can't. And I'm like, man, it just seems so racist. But I'm like, that is how they talk. Like, I'm not being that fucked
You should
up.
have watched
Like,
the Super Mario Super Show and got like their accents down, and then did it.
Is it that intense?
Mario.
Huh?
Luigi.
Yeah, they sound pretty funny sometimes.
Yeah, it was.
And then Yoshi speaks, and that's just fucking weird.
Is he talking like it's Yoshi?
Dude, it's a really weird voice.
It's like, hey, my
What do
name
you-
is Yoshi.
What do you cats
It's
doing?
it's super
Yoshi?
high pitched. It's fucking weird. It throws you off.
High pitched is how I would see Yoshi as speaking.
Because he's a baby.
Yeah, but it's also it's just not the voice you'd think for Yoshi. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, I did my own version of every fucking voice in that fucking game.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was good.
I had fun up until the cutscene started to get real long.
Yeah, Caleb, whenever he closes, he has a Batman hoodie or a Batman symbol and a Superman symbol on either sides of his hoodie. And when he closes it, he actually gets the real Batman versus Superman. Those two little metal pins clank.
Yep.
I was saying that earlier, but I was like, nah, that's kind of stupid. I'm not going to say it.
Then you said it.
Then you
anyway.
said it
Now I'll
anyway.
say it with more people here, yeah.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
yeah, we're going to be reviewing that today. But anyway,
Batman
before
versus
we-
Superman?
Before we get, Batman versus
Dude,
Superman.
we already talked about that enough. Fucking hate it.
You don't want a third episode about Batman versus Superman?
You know what? We should do a commentary after this of Batman versus Superman. We've already heard enough of that.
One day we
Okay,
will
here's
do
the commentary.
that, and it will just basically be me yelling the entire time.
Dude!
So it'll just be like
fucking
any
bullshit.
other podcast we have.
Yeah,
now.
pretty much.
Yeah. So Before we get into that,
You can't do an impersonation of yourself, Craig. It's
I'm
not
doing an
allowed.
impersonation of you guys impersonating me. That is what I do when I do that.
See, here's what I'm ready for. I'm ready for you to just do that and for me to be like, what are you angry about? What has everybody been playing?
Yeah.
I played some Dragon Quest VI, and I've been playing Far Cry 5, and that's pretty much it.
How's Far Cry?
It's pretty fun. I think you guys would like it. It's harder than the
glitches?
other ones, but it's pretty fun.
Hey, you need to stop shit talking me on your Dragon Quest podcast, by the way.
The fuck are you talking
I've
about?
listened to every podcast, and I'm mentioned in every fucking episode in some negative light.
I mean, the truth is out there.
I just gotta look for it.
Whatever, man. I'm ready to get on. I want to do.
I tried to change the subject furiously, but can't.
Can't fucking deal with this today.
Is there a better intro than X-Files?
No, that's pretty good.
Here's the thing, Craig. I'm going to make an iTunes review, and I'm going to make it the most complex vocabulary ever. And here's what needs to happen. Jake needs to read it.
Yeah, that's
Every
fine.
episode, he messes up at least 2 common words in some way. Tutorial was my favorite, and I'll never.
Wait,
let
what was that word again?
Tutorial.
No, okay, tutorial.
To trial or well, how did he say it? It's like
I don't-
tutorial. I think it's what he said. Tutorial. That was it. Tutorial.
Hook it on phonics.
Hook it on Pahonics.
Phonics, how it goes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. I'm like, every time I listen to the thing, I'm like, what fucking word is he gonna read? And he comes in with the material. Like, he's vetted this. Like, he should know what the words are.
That's
Okay.
true. Yeah, he does have printouts that he gives everybody.
And then it's like, you fucking put this word here, and he can't say it.
In Jake's defense, there was Dylan
I've only
told
seen
me
that word written.
Dylan told me the other day. He's like, yeah, he screwed us
wind.
over with his write-outs before his handouts, and I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, like we're reading it. It doesn't make sense, and I'm like, maybe you should read it before you do the show. Like, I mean, you're like, oh, he does all this work for us, but sometimes he fucks it up. And it's like, well, I mean, he is doing the work. I mean, I hate to be a dick, Dylan.
I
but
always read it beforehand.
it's kind of up to you. I mean, shit, I wouldn't read a handout. given to
Dylan,
me by-
who supports us on Patreon, and
Yeah. Oh, and also
he gave me
Jake-
a copy to play of 1,000 Years.
Jake, who is someone who's always there for the streams and stuff. We're just shitting on the
He just
Old. I
listening.
just can't believe that tutorial
no.
is so.
for so many
It's
games.
so
yeah.
widely-
That's true. Yeah,
It's odd.
and like maybe if you only played games on the PlayStation 1 era, they didn't have voiceovers. But then, because no one says the word.
I mean, has he
tutorial
even
in a
left the
game.
PlayStation 1 era yet?
No, yeah, he's still working on his backlog.
That's true. He's still working. Yeah.
He hasn't left PlayStation 3.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. I'm listening to Dragon Quest now. You fucker.
I don't think we've mentioned. No, I might have mentioned you once in the Game of Thrones podcast, which is live on iTunes now, by the way, guys.
Yep.
So
For a few chickens more. Right.
yeah, for a few chickens more, a song of Schweiss and Johnson. I'm going to rename it again today, though. Not really. I'm going to give it another intro. I think it's going to be called like Valar Morghulis for a few chickens more.
Oh, no.
And it's just going to keep adding on new.
Add the opposite way. You can say for a few chickens more, a tale of Schweiss and Johnson, Game of Thrones podcast.
That's what it is on iTunes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
That
the
is
thard part was
exactly-
actually there.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Awesome.
I'm like, I got to have Game of Thrones in here. No one's going to search chicken. I mean, someone might, I guess, but they're probably not going to be looking for that. Yeah, well, I think we've maybe mentioned you once on there, so it's pretty refreshing. And it wasn't insulting; it was just talking about other throws.
Okay. Very cool. Well,
Yeah.
Dragon Quest VI and Far Cry 5.
Yep.
Way to
Oh,
go.
and season 2 of Batman Telltale game.
Is it shitty?
It's not bad, but it's not super great either. Just like
so
the
it's
first
just like
season,
every other Telltale game,
pretty much.
Cameron.
Kind of plays
I've
itself.
basically only played Overwatch so far. They have that new update out currently, new game modes out. So I've been playing that and moving. So that's pretty been my week. Pretty much been my week.
Okay.
Yeah, I played nothing but Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Not a second of another game. I didn't even turn my... No, I turned my PlayStation 3 on to watch Game of Thrones, and that's it. Nothing else.
I also had the exact same week that you did. In fact, Schweiss, I
you
didn't
started
start
it 22 hours behind me, too.
Yeah,
and you beat it before me.
Yep. It's because I'm the winner here. But besides that, you started it a week earlier than I did.
Oh, it was more than a week.
I started it fucking Monday, and I beat it yesterday. So this was my final save time on Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door was 32:22.
Mine was 38.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I spent a lot of time getting extra stuff. There was also about an hour and a half where I wasn't actually there.
Oh man.
Because I went down into the 100-floor dungeon, and I didn't want to not keep the progress that I had, so I just left it on.
Yesterday morning,
The
I
most
was
of it's
like,
real.
yesterday morning, I was like, I'm only gonna be here for like 6 more hours. I'm gonna beat this. It's gonna be just like the other dungeons. It's gonna be fine. Nope. I started at around 9-ish and ended at around 7.
What did you start? Where were you?
Midway through chapter 7. Gotten through the snow area to the guys, and then back out to another thing. So I was midway through it. I was on a guide, so I know that was about midway.
Were you on the IGN guide? You were, weren't you?
IGN guide, which is a shit guide for this game, by the way,
Sometimes,
and
yeah.
is wrong a few times.
Yeah, it has been. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it has been.
the map isn't on the wall.
My secondary solution was I found a YouTube video of a guy speedrunning the game, so I would go over it a couple times. But I saved the last chapter especially. I went through a guide for chapters 5 and chapter 7 a lot, but for chapter 8, I actually played it, which is probably why it took for fucking ever, because I had to
used the
figure
guide.
everything out. Oh yeah,
I had to.
you had to
Or I
use a
wasn't
guide.
going to finish in time, yeah.
I don't
So I
think
went to bed at 4 a.m.
No, there was one part in chapter 8 I had to look up. There was the puzzle where it was like 2 and 2 is 1 and yada yada, and you had to break one brick and then go up to the next floor, break the other brick in order for the other brick to disappear.
Oh, yeah.
I would never have figured that out on my own. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how the first part of the game was. I tried to use nothing, and then like occasionally I'd be like, okay, I don't know where this is at.
Yeah. Every time I
Fuck this.
streamed, I pretty much didn't play the guide most of the time, except when I was like, hold on, guys, I got to look this up. So I tried to stay off guide, but I knew that the game had to be beat. So there was part of me. And I did look up, on the last 3 bosses, I looked up their HP. So I could see like how far in the fight I was, you know. That was fun to do, is to do math live via Twitch. And be wrong, by the way. I was wrong on the final boss. I was like, fuck, you should be dead right now. It was one more hit, and then he died. It's like, oh, fuck. Did something wrong in my math. So that was embarrassing. But we know what we've been playing. But has anybody beaten a game? Cameron, you're making fun of Schweiss, like shuffling.
No,
to
because
like,
he
oh,
actually
shit.
did that. Because he actually shuffled around this time. He usually just slowly turns over, but he's like sitting there looking at you for a second. And he goes, "Oh,
You're making fun of it, Cameron, but you do the same shit when we're like when Caleb's talking about a game he's played, and I'm ready. I start turning my eyes towards you, and you're like, oh, what, me? Is it my turn right now?
I just give him a appropriate amount of time
Just saying,
to wrap up."
You do the same shit. Only you don't have to click a thing. You just have to you have to travel from 20 meters away.
Yeah, that's the best part.
while you're lounging back here, and they'd be like, "Oh, I played
Comfort is important on the weekends.
Overwatch." It's true.
The lounge cast is good.
So I'll forgive Schweiss this. I won't forgive him his fucking cord shit though this morning. Yeah, what did you beat?
I beat Dragon Quest 6.
I didn't even have to know if you beat something. I just felt it.
Already? Jeez.
Yeah, dude, I fucking plowed that shit. 7, 8, and 9 are like 100-hour-long games, so now begins the true grind.
Yeah, aren't you guys planning on finishing that before 11 comes out?
Yeah, 11 comes out on the 4th of September.
Now you're gonna play
so,
10 like a bunch of
I gotta.
losers.
Well, we can't. It's fucking an MMO in Japanese. You fucking try playing that shit on a Wii.
On a Wii?
Yeah, it's on the fucking Wii.
Oh, wow. Is it still live over there?
Yeah.
It's like the PlayStation 2 surprise for FF11. We're like, what? That's still going?
I think
Yeah.
they were moving it to the Wii U and the Switch and the PS4, but they haven't announced a US release, so
They probably
Okay.
won't release it, will they?
probably not.
That's bullshit. They don't even like give you.
We're pretty much lucky we're getting 11.
They don't even pretend to like renumber them like Final Fantasy did, where 3 is really Final Fantasy 6.
Yeah.
They just fucking say no, you don't get 10.
They retitled them. We're Dragon Warrior for a while.
Yeah, they were Dragon Warrior over here for a little bit.
That's true.
Then they fixed it.
That's true.
I think Dragon Warrior is a better title, but whatever.
It is kind of like a more.
Dragon Quest makes somewhat more sense.
Yeah. Do you fight dragons very often?
Yes. You do.
Yeah, well, Dragon Warrior works too. Then.
But he's not a dragon that's a warrior, so
No.
that doesn't make sense.
Well, you can be a fighter of dragons.
You can be a firefighter, and you don't have to be
Fire.
fire in order
That
to be a
fights.
firefighter.
Fire with
Yeah,
a
you
couple
do.
fucking
They
boxing
have-
gloves
they have-
on.
They have a
Let me at him.
they have a fire burning inside them. That's why they can fight fires.
They know it's fear. It's their own.
Cameron, did you beat anything? By any
No,
chance?
no.
Schweiss?
Yeah, Paper Mario, Thousand Year
Paper-
Door.
That's
Finally.
right.
Finally, it's done. Yeah, it took way too long.
Wow, you guys are just tied. I also beat Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door. Caleb Craig and Caleb Schweiss both have 8 games beaten so far this year. I am now in second/third place with 6 games beaten, and Cameron is in last place with 5.
Dude, Cam, the
games
last
beaten.
game you beat was Digimon?
Yep.
Oh, you gotta wipe that off your slate, man.
It's already wiped. Palette has been cleansed.
Oh, I mean, not on the list.
You need to get the gaming equivalent of some. Oh man, I almost said sriracha, but
It's you think wasabi and
wasabi.
ginger.
Yeah, some wasabi. Get like a really fun.
I have a couple of games that are
palate
like
cleanse.
up to being beaten. Like I'm pretty far in Rainbow Six. What's it called? Ghostlands.
Ghost Recon Wildlands?
Yeah, that one. I keep getting.
Rainbow Six Ghostland.
I keep getting Rainbow Six Siege and the title for Wildlands mixed up.
We're making that game, by the way.
Yeah,
It'd be great.
you're
Rainbow
fighting
Six
phantoms
Ghostlands?
Yeah.
and like a super tactical phantom fighter. It's like, all right, Larry, you got to go to the left. I'm gonna sneak around here.
Scan for ghosts over there.
I'm gonna
Try
kill-
not to piss yourself.
I'm gonna
Ghost
kill this
Recon
one and drag it
Wildlands-
into its body into the shadows.
Dude,
Ghost Recon
it'll just be
Wildlands
like
is
Ghost
surprisingly
Hunters
long
mixed with like
of a
Call of
game.
Duty or some shit. So they
Yeah,
gotta
it seems
find
like
the
it would
ghosts
be-
first.
Seems
We'll
like
have
it would be a
Scarlett
short
Johansson.
game.
Shit. I fucked that one up. Never mind. Just leave it alone.
Ghost Recon's surprisingly long.
I was thinking
So-
Ghost Whisperer.
Ghost Whisperer.
Yeah.
So Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Jennifer Love Hewitt, and I said Scarlett Johansson like a moron.
You were just upgrading her as all.
Fucked up that joke.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I do.
I don't know. They're both out of my league, so I can't really pick and choose.
But only
here.
one of them doesn't believe in traditional relationships, as far as I know.
Oh, wow.
It's Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
That
Does
day
that mean you think you have a chance?
means I do have a chance. I just need to become extremely famous now.
What's the chance of a girl like you or is it a guy like you and a girl like me? About 1 in a million. Yes. So you're telling me there's a chance.
I just need to become very famous before she goes over the hill, and then it's no longer worth it.
I think that statement right there just lost you your chance.
I think you're fucked.
Over the hill, huh? Slaps me. Damn it. Yeah.
Jesus, Schweiss.
What?
Nothing.
She's older than me by like a lot. I'm willing to overlook it. She's like in her 30s, right?
Yeah, she's like in her 30s. Yeah.
Late 30s.
Oh, man, she's a step closer to the grave.
That's like a couple steps.
Yeah, a
That's like
couple
a couple
steps,
steps
sure.
and a shuffle step.
Yeah, but she doesn't have the horrible. She's not getting 4 hours of sleep a night, though. I think you guys are. I think you're on about the same trajectory.
Oh, you think so? We're gonna hit 50s at the same time.
I think so.
Like
maybe not in numbers, but in
there is a guy at work that I thought was like 60, 70, but I think he might actually only be in his 40s.
Oh God.
Yeah, and
Yeah, she's only 33, man.
that's not even that much older than me. Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna reach the hill before she does. with this the way I'm treating myself.
And she's pretty short, too.
I know.
She's only
I know.
5'3". She looks so much taller.
Dude, that's
in the
only like
movies.
6 years, man. It's not that big of a difference.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
She was in second grade when I was popped out. See, that makes it weird, right?
Only if you think about it in terms like that.
In terms of reality.
in terms of reality.
Or how about she was 18, you were 12?
Yeah, that seems a little worse. Like a lot worse because I'm like a boy.
I don't think you'd mind
not
it
yet,
though.
man.
I didn't quite know who she was yet either. It was too soon. I think she was in. She might have been in stuff. They usually are.
I don't know how old she was in Lost in Translation. I think she was like 19, maybe.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's an old movie.
It's not that old.
Well, obviously it's not that old. The bitch is only 33.
Now you're out. You just call her a bitch.
Hey, maybe she likes
You're
it. that
out.
way.
You're out of her league. Out. You've been kicked
Well,
out.
I've locked I've locked the door myself and swallowed the key. I'm gonna have to shit it back out and dig through.
Oh God. Oh shit. We don't have a question today.
Nope, we don't.
We do have a table.
We emptied it out with the
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, did you listen to that?
some of it I popped down for a little bit.
They're not talking
Yes.
about me very much.
I don't know.
I know. It's weird.
Alex told me after she listened to it, she's like, "You guys are so mean to Caleb this week." And I was like, "How?" And then she told me, and I was like, "Oh yeah."
I called him. I called him fat. Is that new?
Well, it was the excessive way that we called him fat, I guess. I thought it
Excessive
was.
way.
Yeah, we called you a blue whale.
No, I don't remember that.
That was Cameron, actually.
He wasn't. I never owed him.
That's why when he said it, he was like, "No, no, no, no,
That never happened.
That didn't occur."
I didn't say that.
I didn't. No.
I'm kidding. We said other. I don't remember. What
I think we were going to go over his goals, is what we were doing, because Caleb wasn't here, and we were doing.
Does
fat.
anyone ever read like the little descriptions that I write sometimes? Because I can be very
I
eloquent.
do read them.
Okay, how'd you
Yeah.
feel about last times?
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was last time's?
I just a lot about how Joe and his impromptu question session was left because he had waited all the way up till...
the impromptu question
Yeah.
segment that he made me get the questions for.
That's what you get for not being
It's
here.
like I planned the episode
No,
more than he did,
Honestly, Craig.
and I wasn't even there.
Craig, sometimes people just ask you on Twitter straight up. They're not using the hashtag. They're not doing anything. So yeah, I asked you because you fucking have the questions.
Well, I mean,
Should've asked Cameron, though. He has
when
the
they
all
ask
the
me without
followers.
the hashtag, though, it's just a question for me. It's not a question for the show.
Hashtag
You have equal
Nude Clan
access
Q.
to that nobody has ever used.
no one has ever used or used the forum as well.
Yeah.
Which we've apparently cleared out of Nude Clan questions.
Yeah, we have like repeat questions, which So
Yeah, so stop repeating yourself. Listen to all the episodes.
yeah,
Yeah.
listen to all the episodes,
Study
Thoughts?
them, memorize them.
learn everything about them.
We need someone that's a real fanatic to do our wiki page for us. That's what we need. On episode 117.
There is a Wikipedia entry.
I know. I saw it. I searched again. I want to make it like super
Wait,
in-depth.
we have a Wikipedia entry?
Yeah, we do. We do. It exists.
We have a wiki.
It's not much.
We have a Wikia.
A Nude Clan wiki. Yeah.
Oh, so
We need to
it's
get
not-
like a
It's a
super
Geekdom Entertainment Wikia.
a super
for all the shows.
in-depth like Wikipedia page for each of us.
But there's not. There's fucking nothing on there.
Yeah, remember when we were
All I
going
did
to
was-
write each other's Wikipedia pages and just
Yeah.
fill it with lies?
We can't because we have no press. You can't do Wikipedia.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. That's how they phase you out.
Yeah, back in the
if you
day
have
when
press,
everybody could just fix it.
then you can have a Wikipedia page. So if anybody out there is a reporter is listening to this show, feel free to make an article or two. So we can be real in the eyes of the world when we have a nuclear holocaust and all the Wikipedia pages are printed out in an emergency, so that we can exist.
Yeah, we want to be put in the Library of Congress.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We want to be remembered, bro.
I guess we're going straight for Paper Mario. Craig has a tale that he's supposed to tell us.
Go
But
ahead.
Tale?
Maybe
Yeah, I
for
do.
those who are listening to this for a review of Paper Mario, maybe they should be satiated first.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
okay with that,
we
Craig?
can do it at the end. It's fine.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
at the end, there's going to be some epic shit.
Yep.
So I'm sure this episode's going to be real
Yeah,
long.
yeah. The people who know about the vanilla joke that Schweiss started on UFF for some reason, that actually comes from me, not Schweiss, and you're gonna hear some stuff about it.
Okay. This is a Chronicles of
Chronicles
Caleb's sister's
of Vanilla.
boyfriend.
Vanilla Chronicle. The vanilla,
I've thought about calling it the Vanilla Chronicles. Yeah,
Vanilla Chronicles.
I would call it the Vanilla File.
the Vanilla Files.
All right, let's talk about Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Okay, well, that was a pretty shitty trailer for Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door.
Yeah, that's
Was that even a trailer?
Yeah, it was. It was an announcement trailer, I believe, is what it was. So, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is a role-playing video game developed by Intelligent Systems and published by Nintendo for the GameCube. Thousand-Year Door is actually the second Paper Mario game, the original one being on the Super Nintendo, right? That one by Squaresoft.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Or is that Paper
I think it was on
or
the
is that Mario
N64.
RPG?
That was Super Mario RPG.
Oh, wow.
There was a paper. I think there was a Paper Mario on the N64.
There was. It's
Okay,
just
yeah.
called Paper
Drew was
Mario.
talking about it. He was like, "Oh, I love Paper Mario. It's the N64 one, right?" I'm like, no."
Yeah, so Thousand Year Door borrows a lot of the gameplay elements from that previous game, such as obviously the paper-themed universe and the turn-based battle system with an emphasis on action. So it's
Yeah.
kinda-
So another RPG that we get to play here on Nude Clan. I think there should be an embargo on RPGs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna make the listeners pay for the RPG wall? So what's gonna happen?
RPG wall, yeah, or the embargo will go away at
Well, this was
$300
this was a forced entry anyway. So
It was
they
a
already
forced
did
entry.
pay to.
It was a forced entry, so it's
And
fine.
it was. Oh wait, no. Dylan only gives 4, huh? So it was a forced entry. It was the no lube forced entry. The last guy lubed it.
Well, there was other shorter games in there. You had Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
No, I know, but Dylan only gave us
like that.
4, whereas the other.
Well, he had everybody pre-vote on like his entire list,
just
and that's that. And then he got it
no
down
Nude
to
Clan
4.
hosts voting for it. Anyway,
Yeah.
tell us about the game.
So yeah, that's basically the gameplay.
That's
no,
the
it's-
gameplay. Is that it was developed by
No, it's that it's a turn-based
it's a
action
turn-based
RPG.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
all right.
is that enough for you?
I thought you were still going.
So
for
it
development.
has a lot of platformer elements, obviously, which is kind of frustrating because I'm not very good at those. It also has It also has the Metroid Castlevania thing going on for it, too. There's a lot of backtracking. There's a lot of, I have this new ability. I can now go to this area, and you remember it, and you go back there, and you collect new items. You find a lot of collectibles in the world, a lot of shine sprites that you can use to level up your characters, kind of increase their damage. I had a ton of those by the end, and I think there's an optional character you can get from kind of what Dylan was alluding to, and once you get that, you get to boost your characters a second time. So I never did that. So there's just a shitload of collectibles in the game. There's a lot of secret areas, a lot of secrets. Mario has multiple little like paper abilities that he can use. He can turn sideways so he can fit into like really thin cracks. You can roll up into a little like ball of paper and roll under shit. He can turn into a paper airplane. He can turn into a paper sailboat.
In order to reach certain spots of the map, but you get those abilities later and later throughout the game.
Yeah, like occasionally throughout the game, and then you'll like remember certain chunks and like, oh yeah, I can go there.
I think the game is like an amalgamation of the platformer with the turn-based RPG smushed in with a puzzle-based action game.
Yeah, it's a lot of different things.
It's all
squeezed
three
into
of those
one.
things squeezed into one in a weird paper universe.
And honestly, the things that held me up the most in this game was me underestimating the game's ability to be creative. Because there was a time where it's like, oh yeah, it's it's a pipe underneath the western portion of the town, and I'm like, I've been under the town forever. I don't know what you're talking about. And then I finally see the little grate on the ground, and I like turn into the paper, turn sideways, and then fall through the grate.
Oh, that was one of those things I had to find a guide for. I was like, where the fuck is this?
And it's underestimating the game. It's like you don't think to look there because you don't think that the game can handle something like that.
You're revisiting areas, and there's new ways to get through things that you didn't see before.
Yeah.
Which is one of the really creative aspects. The puzzles are a lot of fun. Usually they have to do with like striking a thing in a certain way at a certain time in order to get to another platform, in order to move on to the next area. So that's kind of the map exploration thing. There's a million secrets in the game.
Did you have to use your companion's abilities?
Oh, all the time.
Okay, yeah.
So
that was a big thing from the
and
first
each companion
Paper Mario.
has its own weird abilities that it can do, kind of like Mario can turn into a bunch of things. Your companions can be used in certain ways to hit certain like boxes or to find information on an area or anything like that.
Yeah, the Goombella character, first character you get, she kind of like lets you know what's going on and like reminds you like what you need to do in certain zones and like points things out. The second person you get is Koops. You can like jump on him and like launch his shell and grab stuff that's super far away and he'll bring it back to you. The next character is Flurry, who's a like I assume she's like a big Hispanic woman in the game. I swear to God, dude. She's like, Senor Mario. And I give her the Consuela
I
voice
gave
in
her
my
an
mind.
English accent.
Really?
Yeah, I went opposite. I went the other way around.
I gave her the Consuela from fucking Family Guy. I was like, Mr. Mario.
Wow.
She's
quite curvy.
Yeah, she is. And her she has some boob physics. They spent some money on her tits in this game.
They spent a lot.
And so you can like put your mouth on her tube. I know this sounds really weird, but like the bottom of her, because she's a ghost, and you like blow on her, and then she can wipe away pieces of the map.
She's real good at blowing.
That's right. She's a good blower. And like the map, you'll see like different like little tears of paper on the map, and she can blow away like.
Or sometimes it'll just be a solid tree, and you don't know that you have to blow that thing.
Yeah.
And then, I'm just kidding. This isn't a permanent
She
fixture
blows
here.
everything is what it is.
That's right.
She's great at it. So she has that ability, and then you get... who do you get next? It's like the bomb guy, I think?
The bomb guy.
You can blow open chunks in the wall.
Yoshi as well.
Yoshi, you can ride him for a short distance.
He can jump further. If you're on top of him, he can jump further. And he runs... He walks faster than Mario, so I fucking have Yoshi all the time, so I can just hop on him and get to the next map quicker.
And that's how you get to a lot of the sections in the game, like a lot of the puzzles. And then Vivian, the chick, you can like go underground.
Oh yeah, she hides. She'll pull you under the ground, and you can hide away from spikes and from enemies walking nearby if you want to. Or there's a certain part where you have to get past this door that slides down a tube that you can't get past, and it's locked, so she'll pull you into the ground and the door will slide past you, so you can pop up.
Yeah, and then a really fun part in the game where you have to listen to crows like talking, and they were pretty funny.
Yep.
That was good. It was weird because you had to like spy on them, and they would like start talking to each other when no one was around in English, and they were just talking about like politics and money and shit. And it was pretty good.
In the battle
Stock
system,
market.
the battle system aspect, every character that you grab, it's Mario, and he gets one companion. You can switch him out, but it takes up a turn unless you have a BP thing for it. And they each have their own abilities. If you've played the South Park game, which I know the guys at this table have, it's a lot like that. It's like South Park.
Yeah.
South Park definitely took a lot of stuff
of truth, of course.
from Paper Mario, where every character kind of has their own abilities, their own attacks, and their own action commands that have to do with that attack. Some are easier to hit than others. Some work on certain enemies better than others. Mario really is the best character, though, because he's going to have the best health and the best weapons, and he can fight any character except for like one kind that I had to use someone else for.
Yeah.
At least early on. Probably later on I could have used Mario. In any case, yeah, it's sort of like that. It's Mario and his companion, and there's basic heal moves, which are just the mushrooms. You collect mushrooms as items.
Yeah.
No one has magic per se, but there's like a crowd that you're fighting in front of, and you can make the crowd happy, and they'll give you star points. You get a certain amount of star points. You can get special moves that you can use.
And those you unlock as you progress
Yeah.
throughout the game.
Those you unlock, and also like they can heal you, or they can do damage to everybody on the playing field, and a whole bunch of stuff like that. It's a very simple. All the numbers are really small. I never did more damage than 9 damage on a single hit.
I was doing 11.
You were doing 11 at the end. Okay, so your guys are stronger than mine. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of like that. And every time you level up, it's sort of like Diablo, where you level up a certain facet, but it's only the 3. It's only health, your flower points, which give you kind of bigger, badder moves, and then your BP, which are
badges
that you can equip and find throughout the game, or buy, that you equip onto your character that give you stat boosts or abilities.
And that's when my guys were better.
That's why your guys were better.
Yeah, I think I had 50.
Even though I beat the game 6 hours before
I
you
had
did.
53 badge points by the end.
Your guys were stronger.
Yeah.
Stronger. I wouldn't say better. We both saved the world, Schweiss.
I just did it without dying.
That's true. I did spend an extra hour and a half going back to get a thing. The game's difficulty, pretty steady throughout the game.
Until you almost get to the moon. I had a lot of trouble in the snow area, but it's not trouble per se. It's just they have a move that freezes you, and then you can't do anything. And then they just hit you over and over.
You got that clip ready to go by any chance?
Until you die. No, I don't know what clip you're talking about.
I do.
But yeah, it's for the most part, the game is pretty well balanced in the gameplay aspect. It's not super difficult. I only had probably like nine or 10 game overs, and most of them were because of impatience, because I was trying to run from one area to another without like taking time to heal and stuff, and most of it was because of me. Other than that, yeah, it's not a super difficult game, so it's pretty approachable as far as the gameplay is concerned. So the plot of the game is set in the town of Rogueport in the Mushroom Kingdom. So most of the areas in this game aren't in any other Mario games, and they all kind of have their own little theme. Each location, so like Glitzville is a floating city around an arena. So like its main theme is like this Colosseum style fighting pit that they have, and the inhabitants of the town and the enemies around the world, they're all recurring characters from the Mario universe. So you have like a village of bombs or bombs, and then you have a village of the Koopa guys, a village of it's all of them. They all have their own little things, and the Poonies. I don't know if those are part of the series.
You call them Poonies?
Yeah.
Of course he does.
It's not Punies?
No, it's Poonies.
It's got to be Punies because they're small. Why the fuck would they call them Poonies?
You know why. They're all female.
It's wordplay.
It's like a village of
puny.
It's a village of it's like no, I know. I didn't call them Poonies.
You just call them Punies.
Yeah, it's a joke, Joe.
I don't think it was a joke.
No, it was
Guys,
because
help me out here.
in the stream I called them punies because I
He knows
understand
what the
that.
word poon means, and that's what he's trying to go at.
Poonies.
Because they're all female.
Yeah, they're all
That was
female.
the
It's
joke.
and they're in the woods. It's a village of. So mine's a play too. Mine's a play on ancient.
All
lore.
right.
Some nympho poonies.
Yeah, that's right. Well, nymph that are also nymphos. So, Thousand Year Door. Yeah. Game opens with an intro about a seaside town that was damaged by a cataclysm and sunk into the ocean. The town was called Rogueport. It was later built on top of this site. And the fortunes of the Lost Kingdom were able to exist behind the 1,000-Year Door, which is located in the... What are you doing?
Nothing. Don't
Which
worry
is
about it.
located in the ruins of the old town that they built on top of. Mario joins up when Princess Peach contacts him about a map that she bought in Rogueport, but it does become part of a larger adventure after we learn that Peach has gone missing.
Yep.
With the help of Goombella, which is the first character we get, and then Professor Frankly, who I gave a German accent to. Clearly, he's clearly a play on Einstein. His hair is all crazy and shit.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was.
Did he make a monster?
No. It's Einstein, not Frankenstein.
Still though.
Jesus Christ, Craig. What the fuck?
Well, his name is Frankly, and he looks like
Everybody,
Einstein.
no one's awake today.
I get that. Okay. I think we're all half awake, so Caleb, all of our jokes are like steeped too much for the other person to understand. So like, it's good because frankly, yeah, Frankenstein. So he's a play on that, but we didn't get it. So we're like, you're a retard. So it's just one layer too deep.
So-
for each of us.
Too deep.
So yeah, Princess Peach tells Mario to go get a treasure. He has to collect the 7 what are they? The 7 crystal stars.
Crystal stars, yeah.
And those are spread throughout the world. Peach, though, is kidnapped by what's his fucking face with the weird head. And then so Mario goes on this adventure. Princess Peach becomes friends. In order to like contact Mario, she becomes friends with the artificial intelligence computer named Tech instead
I called
of
him
Hal.
Hal, yeah, and I gave him Hal's voice. I wouldn't do that, Peach.
Which they're referencing 2001: A Space Odyssey, which is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
And Hal is artificial intelligence who wants to learn what love is, which is also hilarious. And he eventually, of course, learns to love.
You see
Peach.
Peach naked in the game.
Yeah, Peach always has like these in between each chapter where Mario is going to get a new crystal. Princess Peach is going and trying to contact Mario and has to do that in various different ways.
Yeah, and
including-
we get a little Peach
including
mission.
like going invisible and taking off her clothes and all this other shit. Mixing a fucking potion. That part really pissed me the fuck off. And at the same time, Bowser's after Mario as well. And then, of course, the big twist is that there is no treasure when he gets all 7 of the crystal stars. There's actually a witch that'll like a demon that'll come out, and the bad guy's whole plan the whole time, and I fucking knew this from the very beginning of the game. I was like, that's not much of a twist. Or he's like, well, Mario's just going to gather all the crystal stars for me, and he's going to open up the thing, and I'll be there, and I'll take control of the demon. Like, I was like, yeah, no shit. It's like, Mario, why are you know this guy's after all the crystal stars in order to open this thing up. Why are you doing this? Anyway,
He's Mario.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't really matter. The story is not like super. It's a fucking Mario
It turns
game.
into Final Fantasy Tactics at the very end, I think, too, because they get the chick, and then she's the vessel. Peach is the vessel for this new god, and then they summon the god, and she like takes over Peach's body. And so it's kind of similar to Saint Ajora from the end of Final Fantasy Tactics, where she
Ultima.
just takes over, takes over your body. A
I,
lot easier. Actually, I don't know. They were both pretty easy, but
So each of the crystal stars. So there's a town that has a dragon problem, and Mario has to do this big puzzle to go and finally fight the dragon. There's another like Halloween town thing, almost looking thing, where everybody is turned into pigs, and Mario has to stop them from being turned into pigs in order to get the crystal.
yeah, hog down.
There's another section of the game that was the longest, most frustratingly dull section of the game, which was the arena where he had
you
to
didn't think that was
fight
fun?
every. I didn't think doing 20 fucking fights was fun.
It was a lot.
Schweiss.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I thought maybe I was like, oh, they're only gonna have the audacity. They're gonna skip around the ranks. I'm gonna do like 5 fights, and nope. You have to go from fucking 15th place to 1, and you got to do 1 fight at a time.
All interspersed between like story.
Interspersed
chunks.
between, huge cutscenes. So that part made me want to blow my fucking brains out. But you didn't have to do any puzzles in that part. Then there was another thing. Help me out. What are the other levels?
You got one that where you go on an island. It's a ship level.
That's right. Yeah, the
that one
pirate
was really fun.
And
That
you
was-
got the bomb guy who's like who misses his wife and
his
didn't
wife
want to sail
died.
anymore. You have to convince him to sail again.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that in the game. And then we had the tree mission with the punies.
Oh yeah, the punies. Yep.
Yeah.
And they're at war with another tribe, and they fucking just like rape and pillage the other puny creature things. Which I thought was like, oh, the other guys are in the way of the crystal stars. Hurry, let's go to war with them and then take their land. And then let Mario go get the crystal stars. Like, God damn it. Am I the only one saying this?
It's the Crusades.
So Mario, yeah, kind of. And then what else was there? Oh, there was the ice area, which you didn't stay in for very long. I was surprised by it. I was like, I was like ready for a whole ice adventure, and it didn't really happen.
Yeah, well, no one wants to be in Siberia.
Then there's and then finally you go to the moon at the ending level, which is of course like Princess Peach figures out, or someone figures out Princess Peach is on the moon, and they're like, oh shit. Then Mario has to go to the ice level with where all the bombs live, and all the bombs get together and then like fly to the moon.
Yeah.
The story is kind of RPG stock, but I would argue that the writing, like the character dialogue in this thing, it's not voiced or anything like that. The character dialogue is really great.
Yeah, the only thing we get is an and oh yeah
From Mario, yeah. But
That's
everybody,
the only vocals.
everybody else though
Oh,
is
yeah.
very distinct personality, distinct accents, really good physicality. The words themselves are kind of playful, like the way that they animated the words and the text boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah, they do that in the first one.
But it's just a really fun time. Most of the time it is.
I agree. The dialogue is really solid in the game. You can tell who's talking even without the text box flying out of their mouths. I really loved how the bomb guys that lived up in the ice area, they all had Russian accents, and they had their little Ruski caps on too. I thought that was pretty funny. And I gave them the Russian accent before they even started saying "da" all the time. And I was like, oh, nice. They did it too. It all seems very natural coming from the characters, and it's all fun, witty dialogue. So that was one of the most enjoyable parts, because usually, like when I voiced over the entirety of Digimon, like that was painful. That hurt me, right? But this didn't hurt. I also only streamed about a third of it, but it still didn't hurt me at all.
This one hurt me after a 4-hour stream, and the cutscenes. There's some section of the games where the cutscenes are kind of short.
A lot, yeah.
And then there's some sections of the game where the cutscenes are real long, which is kind of where I'm probably going to take some points away on the story section. It's just the cutscene to gameplay ratio in some areas of the game, because the gameplay is really fun and really great. The cutscenes are taking away from it. I'm like, I want to just get into the fight. I want to get into this thing, and there's no scene.
But then
skipping
you
off.
shit on the arena part where it's nothing but fights.
But no, there's no puzzle aspect in the arena
You're
part.
making up for it.
Arena was chapter 3. I think chapter 2 was the one where you had to get the dragon. I think chapter 2 was the best chapter in the game because of the puzzle aspect of it. And you're getting these new powers, and you're figuring out how to get to the top of the tower. That was a lot of fun for me, and I was like, I wanted more of that. But
I think the train part was the worst part.
oh, you didn't like the train part?
No, I didn't like the fucking train part.
The train part, yeah, it's kind of yeah.
It was a lot of walking.
It was a lot of walking back and forth to room 6 and room 2 and room 3, like going around.
You have to. It's like you're basically on the Orient Express, but someone stole something instead of killing somebody, and it's not everybody in the end. So it's kind of. Oh yeah, spoilers. Sorry. If you haven't read that 100-year-old book, you're fucked. Also, the movie's ruined for you now. But yeah,
There's a lot of movies.
I know there are like 3 of them on that, and I wanted to see it, but I was like, I already read it though. I already know what's going to happen. Like, Is that even going to be enjoyable? Because it's like the twist. It's like, yeah, that was awesome. Probably not.
Bruce Willis is sorry.
Is Bruce Willis in that movie?
No.
Oh, I was like, I don't remember Bruce Willis. It's like I'd be like, oh, it's totally Bruce Willis. Like I know it's supposed to be all of them, but it's just him.
He's the only one.
And, yeah. That part was. I thought that part was too long, but yeah, for the most part, the pacing is pretty good, though.
For the most part, it is good. And like the story is stock and ridiculous, but the characters are so fun that it makes up for a lot of that. Except the fucking final chapter had really goddamn long cutscenes that made me want to shoot my head out.
Yeah,
and it's just because they were too long. It wasn't because they weren't enjoyable; they were just going on too long. Which having played a shitload of RPGs, I kind of get peeved when their cutscene to gameplay ratio is off.
Yeah. I just get peeved because they just take too fucking long.
Cameron doesn't like the word peeved. I see him like
he
like
loves it.
scrunching up in like anger when you.
He loves it though.
When you say peeved.
Okay. So the first part of our score chart is story. What do you want? Yeah.
I'll give the story an 8. I think it's pretty passable. I think the characters are well fleshed out. I think they're enjoyable. It is pretty stock for the most part, but that's not really a bad thing necessarily. Like a stock story is better than a bad story or a story that doesn't really work.
But its characters are so well done.
Yeah,
and the writing is really good.
And it stands on its own well enough.
Yeah.
Because of those supporting aspects of it, so I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I didn't have the thing where like I've been playing the game for a while and I don't really remember what's going on because of the simplicity. And like if you forget a detail here and there, as like what happened exactly when, it doesn't really matter. You just have to collect the stars to make sure no one opens the door. That's the whole point of the game. Mm-hmm. The rest of it is just filler, which all worked well, and it's filler with great characters and great
they're
dialogue.
episodic. They each have their own little story.
Yeah, they're all like self-contained, and it's good.
Although the chapter markers piss me off in this game.
Oh yeah, because one of them lied to you.
End of chapter, and then 2 hours later, beginning of the next chapter. It's like, what the fuck what's the point of the chapters?
Well, that one is especially true on the Twilight Town because you get your identity stolen. And that like ghost, the ghost guy, and you're like, oh, that was a quick chapter.
I found one glitch in the game, by the way.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
nice. We'll have to go over that in gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna give story though?
Story, I'm echoing the 8. I thought it was pretty solid. Plot wise, it was fine.
About as solid as paper.
But the writing is what's really good. And the characters are really fun, and that is unusual in a video game. And
it's
did a
unusual
really good
in
job.
RPGs lately because I don't think any character except for the fucking guy I gave a redneck accent to was fun in Digimon.
Well, Digimon's a shit game.
Digimon's just a different
this is a
type of game.
Okay, spoiler alert. This game's pretty good. So I'm giving it an 8 on story. We did already kind of go over all the gameplay aspects, but I guess now it's time to bitch about
What did you
things.
have in the end? Like, what was your final? How much HP did you have?
How much HP?
Yeah.
65?
Okay.
Why?
I had 50, I think, or 55.
You had 50? Yeah.
And I had a badge that gave me 5 of it, so.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't work on the badges very much. It was mostly flower power and the HP. Although I did start kind of working on badges.
I had 51 badge points by then.
Holy shit. You had twice as much badge points as I did.
I had 3 attack pluses attached and a defense plus, and then like a move that I had a badge attached to me that like if I executed the action command, because every time you do an attack there's like an action command of some sort, or it's like either a button mash or a timed event. I would do bonus damage if I did it successfully, but I would do 0 damage if I fucked up. So it was like a balls to the wall, all or nothing. So really at the end I just used the hammer because you can't fuck the hammer up really. Like you got to be a fucking either like forgetting what the move is or just plain dumb to mess up the hammer move. You literally hold the joystick to the left and then you let it go.
I fucked it up about 5 times throughout the entire game. And I felt like an idiot every time, and it was only during streaming I would fuck that shit up.
I would fuck up and choose the wrong one because the names, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the powerful one. And I'm like, fuck, that's the one that knocks him into the
There were
person
like
behind him.
twice I fucked up on the Yoshi one where I don't
The
know.
ground pound?
No, the gulp. I don't know
I
how
fucked up on Gulp once too. But the
I felt
problem
like
is,
a fucking moron. I was like, how did I shit the bed on this?
the problem for me, yeah, because all you do is hold R until it
Do it
fills
so
up, and then you
hard,
let go.
let go.
And you have like a second and a half to like at the end. But I was watching this screen, so I have my TV screen, and then I have the stream window, and they're not quite lined up, right? Because it's like a half a second delay between the two. And there was one time where I looked over to see if anybody was talking to me, and I just have the chat come up on top of the stream, and I looked at it, and that's when I fucked up the gulp. And instead of like sucking him in and then like spitting him back out, he just like tags him with his tongue. He just gets him the old tingler, just like.
Gameplay in general, I think, is really solid. I'm going to say two aspects here. Number one, the fucking glitch I found was this. I knew where the next area was, and I knew that was where the place to get the crystal star was. I didn't realize I had to re-talk to the professor, but the game went ahead and said, when I went down into the tube and went to the snow area, it said Chapter 7. It just said, it gave me the whole thing. It was like, oh, I guess I'm in the right spot. We're good. Yoshi and Mario have a dialogue, and then I keep walking over, and then the dude that you're supposed to talk to in that village, he was like, yep, just another good day in the neighborhood. Just another good day in the neighborhood. I'm like, what the shit? Like, looking at this fucking speedrun video, I'm like, he fucking, like... He just talks to him and he's fine. I didn't realize there was a guy I had to trigger in another part in order to get the thing going. Like, the game will not let you skip anything. You have to talk to this other guy randomly so you can be like, I don't know where the pipe is. And then you find the pipe. But if that guy doesn't say he doesn't know where the fucking pipe is, then you'll still get everything, but the guy will not trigger we're fucked up here. Please help. It won't happen.
Just another good day in the neighborhood.
God damn it, dude. And it was like, what the shit is this? So that...
No! Fucking glitch!
I think we should use that. We should use that whenever we go over glitches in games.
Fucking
Fuck the ice, jeez. What the fuck? I can't fucking do anything. I took 25 fucking damage, and I couldn't do a thing. Jeez. Fuck. That's a good movie, Skull.
And then
Jesus fucking Christ,
I type
dude.
in, someone clip that.
Fuck you, Joe.
You don't fuck with us when we're mad. And it's all of us that do that. Like, whenever you get real pissed and, like, we just can't help but poke. It's just pure anger comes out. Pure hatred comes out of that poke.
So that was the ice area.
Well, yeah, and it wasn't hard. And I died to the flowers because they put me to sleep. And then
I went through that ice area, like, expecting, because I saw you were in pain. You had more hours on your shit than I did. And I was like, okay, this is going to be World War III. I'm ready for it.
Did you fight everything?
It was fine. Yeah, I fought things on the way through. Yeah, just fine.
Yeah, that was like the fourth set of enemies. That was the last piece of enemies.
Jeez, that glitch video is 330 views. How many of them are you,
Probably
Schweiss?
about 100 or so. Sometimes I just put it on loop and I go to sleep to it.
So that was one negative that I found. The other negative, and this is really the only thing in the game that actually, like, drives me nuts. The concept of Mario being made of paper is responsible for so much of my fucking falling off shit.
Yeah, and
in
the
this
dimensions
game.
in the game, like it's hard
like-
to figure out. It's hard to get a preemptive strike on something when he can fly at an angle and you can't move at an
Telling
angle. but you
whether or
can't
not
see.
you are directly in front of something in this game is difficult.
Yeah,
Craig.
it's like there's no depth perception.
There
almost,
is no depth perception. I don't know if you've ever had to deal with that, Craig. But
I don't know
going
what
through a
that's
game
like,
like
no.
this with no depth perception is sometimes, rarely, but sometimes infuriating. Especially when you're trying to get a first hit on a bad guy. You're like, you can't see the fucking shadows. You can't tell where the fuck you are on the floor versus the pipe above your head. That one... fucking like 15 tries trying to get on the fucking pipe above me in the final dungeon. It's like, where is this fucking pipe? I'll just keep jumping And I'll keep jumping. I'll move over a couple pixels, keep jumping, move over.
And then the thing is you
and
smash into the roof, and then
it's
you
like 30 seconds of you floating back to the bottom
as a
before you
piece
can
of paper.
retry it. So, god damn it. Paper Mario's only flaw is that Mario is made of paper.
So half of the game is ruined.
yeah.
Half of the title.
In the gameplay in that respect, in the exploration aspect. So, I mean, we've talked about all the other aspects. I think it's a really solid RPG, a really great battle system. It doesn't have the complexity of, say, what we're used to, kind of Final Fantasy, but the simplicity of it is almost like a plus. Just because it's so simple, because the numbers are so small. Everything is very manageable, and everything is really balanced. This game is a really well-oiled machine in that way.
Yeah, it doesn't turn into like Final Fantasy 13 where numbers are flying everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he has 500,000 HP, but I have no idea how much damage I've done because numbers are literally hitting me in the face.
Yeah.
I can't see shit. It's just numbers and blood and me swinging.
It does have the same flaws FF13 with all the cutscenes near the end. It's
Yeah,
just like,
there's a
ugh.
decent amount. One thing,
And the world tour. But
yeah, the world tour. It does the Final Fantasy IV thing where right at the very end, like Mario's not doing so well, and then like everyone around the world is like they whisper into the crystal stars, and the crystal stars like carry messages of hope. And so it's just like FF4 right before the and by the way, FF4's final boss, if you're not leveled up, also
By the way,
fuck off hard.
It's not just FF4, it's FF3, FF4, and FF10.
FF10,
All have
yeah.
those. All have the same thing.
And at least, I honestly, I've, yeah, they do. The Sin fight's easy though. I've never lost to Sin,
I have.
but that does have the world tour. It's the world tour.
Yep.
They do this either right at the very end or
FF10's is really short though.
at the like moment before the end where it's like, oh, we all need to sing the hymn so we can calm Sin and like beat the shit out of him because we can only beat him if he's calm. And it does that, and it's kind of a long thing because it shows every little village like how the darkness of the world is affecting them at this moment in time. It's like
Every
and I'm like,
village.
I imagine it looks just like it did, just darker, and it does.
And it's not just a shot; it's a full scene. Each village.
Yeah. So it's kind of
and you
excessive.
can't skip it. And I had to do that boss twice, so I went through that twice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and see
Thank
what?
you.
Yeah, and the Final Fantasy IV final boss I fought like a billion times because I was super underleveled, and the same thing happens. It's like a very long ass cutscene.
That's probably why you remember that and don't remember threes.
Yeah, because I didn't.
Yeah,
have to
you
deal
never
with it.
say remember the World Tour in 3,
Nope.
even though it came first.
I don't remember that world tour.
Oh God.
Did it though?
I don't.
For us, yeah.
Yeah. It took
Not
me-
for the United States, no. But for our playthrough, yeah. And it's frustrating. So it has that trope. It has the world tour trope.
I'm gonna. Yeah, but that's still story. Gameplay wise, though, it's a fantastic game. I only had those two problems. Yeah, I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 9
9 out of
too.
10. Wow.
It's really fun. It's really
I was frustrated at times. I feel like some of the balancing is a little bit off because some of the enemies will hit you very hard. And I was doing the counter for most of the game, so I would either get hit fucking hard or I would get hit with almost nothing and hit
fun. Oh, you were
them.
doing the B button?
And it's
I
hard.
only ever landed that once
The
in
B
my
button.
entire playthrough.
The B button
I went
is
for the A button.
hard.
Yeah.
And I stopped doing it because I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to take less damage. Because I was taking full damage on so many of the dudes. I was like, I can't do it in time. They're just too fast. And if you do it too early, it'll fail. So you have to do like right before they hit you with a move. And you can either counter or you can just like hide and block and take less damage. I found it extremely frustrating. Some of the enemies would do 5-6 damage a hit. And when I killed them, I would only get one chunk of XP for killing like a group of 2 or a group of 3. And I thought that was like, I was like, what the fuck is this game's problem? Like, it's just being a fuck face to me. Like, it's got a puss face right now. Like it's, and it's crazy because like I will go and I'm pretty strong. Like my guys do a lot of damage, so I'm killing them pretty quickly. But when they get turns, they're doing like a fifth of my life in one hit. And, like, I get fucking 1 XP. It's like they just throw a little XP at me because they feel like I probably earned it. It's like an out-of-touch rich guy just, like, paying you, like, oh, here's some money to do this. And, like, they have no idea what anything costs. And the game's like, here's 1 XP, you little piece of shit. Spend it wisely. And I'm like, fuck, man. Like, that was a brutal little fight. That was like a fucking little battle on this field out here. And, like, I just get 1 XP for it. It's like douche. Near the end of the game, though, it doesn't really matter. But those guys are still douches. Like when I run into them on accident, going to grab extra shrooms for the final fight, like they still do a lot of damage to me, and I still get 1 XP for them. So it's like a giant waste of time. I liked there is a 100 floor dungeon in there. Did you explore? You did explore some of that, right?
Yeah, I explored some of it, and as soon as there was a pipe that let me go back up, I went back up because I accidentally started exploring, and I was like, fuck.
If you get down to like floor 40, you could double your item storage on
really?
your body.
Cool.
So yeah, so I had like 8 super shroom or ultra shrooms by the end, and I had like 6 life shrooms.
Yeah, I was stuck on the final boss, had to go back. I just needed, I was close to beating the final boss. I was like 20 HP away to killing her. And I was like, I just need more healing stuff.
Did you grab
if I could keep Mario alive for like 3 more turns, I would have been fine. So I just knew I needed
Did you grab the life shroom like on the way?
Because
you turn into the paper airplane and you can like you can maneuver.
Grab it. I didn't grab it the second time either.
Oh,
so
really?
It's like, if I really need it, I'll get it. I don't fucking want that thing right now.
Yeah.
Because on the way back, all the enemies have respawned, and I had to go through that entire dungeon again without having to do the puzzles. Thank God.
Oh, you know what's really funny? They respawn. You're right. Well, after you've beat the X-Naut guy, and you go back, and the enemies are respawn in the area. I was like, oh, I'll just grab another level up just to make myself that much more powerful, you know. And I get to 99. And there's no more guys. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to go beat the game. And so I leveled up after I beat the final boss. I was like, yeah, I'll level up, got my full health, got my ability, and then I got the credits.
It's too bad there's not a New Game Plus, right?
You can play after the game.
You can?
Yeah, there is stuff you can still do. There are side quests.
The game just ended on credits and went to the menu.
I think you can load up. No, it asks you to save.
It did. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so
there's another character.
But it took me to the menu. It didn't take me. That's
yeah,
weird.
I know that is odd. Usually, it takes you back into the game.
Yeah, usually it'll take you to the menu and be like, "Look at this new thing on the menu" or something, right?
Yeah, or now there's an endless dungeon. Don't you want to play it?
It just took me to the menu. Fuck you, and that's basically
Yeah.
what it did. It kicked
Game's
me out.
over, douche. What are you doing here still? Those are the credits. This isn't Marvel. You don't get a little kernel, an Easter egg after the credits. Get out of here.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it was a fun game, though. I had a lot of fun. The super boss in the game is at the bottom of that 100-floor dungeon, apparently. He's supposed to be a real fucker, but I only got far enough to get the item thing, and I was like, oh, that's a good place to stop. And I left. So I stocked up and went. So, yeah, good gameplay. It's fun.
Art and design. A whole Paper Mario theme is just a paper universe. Kind of cel-shaded, I would say.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Everything is sort of got a papery theme.
Yeah, it
to
looks like
Papery
paper.
feel.
Yeah.
It feels like paper. It looks like paper. It's
like the
paper.
final boss has like ribbon, like hair that looks like paper ribbons almost. Everybody's flat when they turn around. Like when a boat has to turn around in the sea, it's just a big paper thing, and it like literally like bends around and turns.
Yeah,
around.
and the dragons that are a little more 3D, they're like just 2 pieces of paper with like another thing in the middle, like a spring in the middle to give them like the movement.
Yeah.
Like everything is like pretend.
So the art design I love. I don't really get it. Like I don't know
Mario's
who,
not real.
I don't know who sat down and was like, paper guys.
He got real high.
It's gonna look like a pop-up book. Are you ready for this?
I think what happened is someone got super mega stoned and they were just staring at paper for a very long time. And then the creator of Mario was stoned with them and he drew Mario on a paper. And they were like, dude, what if Mario was paper? And the guy's like, oh my God, what if? And then they made him into an airplane, like he could fly as a plane. He could roll around as a rolled up piece of paper of himself. He could be a paper boat floating down a stream. And then they did it.
It's pretty
They
awesome.
fucking did it,
It's
yeah.
pretty awesome. I love the look of it. It's a very colorful universe. The
It's
paper
ingenious,
design
too, yeah.
doesn't like make it push graphics or anything, so I can't really like say if
But it pushes
Good graphics or
it in
not.
a way that it's different. It like pushes it in like an ingenuity way.
Yeah.
Like the mechanics, the physics of it.
imagination.
Where the
way.
art and the gameplay kind of come together.
yeah.
Yeah, the physics of the paper like made it really crazy, and I was like, "Wow, this is kind of crazy for a GameCube." Like I there are so many different ways I can get to certain places on this map. Like I turn sideways and slide through this gutter thing, and I'm like just super impressed by that. Like,
And there's things like the text box design, like I talked about in Story earlier. That's definitely a design aspect that's really creative and really like adds to the entire experience of the game.
each area was very unique.
Each area is very unique, very ingenious design. Yeah, I loved it. Love the look of this game. I'm giving the art and design / graphics. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I think they look fantastic. It still look fantastic today, despite being a game from 2004.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10 too.
10 too.
That's right.
That's
It
right.
looks
Sequel.
fantastic. It's everything works. Everything works really well. Like when they have a moment where like something opens up and it's like steam or smoke coming off of it. It looks like cotton. You know, like they had like little pieces of cotton. So it looks like someone made this adventure in like a weird paper cutout thing. Like they just put it on
Almost
like a
sounds
projector
like
and they made the thing.
Little Big
go.
Planet got its idea from Paper
Yeah,
Mario.
I think they really did. Like the kind of the way they set it up and the way things move. It's like a stop motion animated feature in a game is almost what Paper Mario is. So it's like really impressive, and it makes it stand out very well. Like it's no other game really looks like this, other than maybe another Paper Mario game.
All right. Well, what about music and sound?
The music, for the most part, it seems kind of standard RPG. It's kind of got like adventure tracks. It's got the standard Mario theme, which is really fun when it pops up because it pops up in certain parts where you get to play as Bowser. You like get to go around like old Super Mario style, and you're like doing the jumps and like jumping away from the flames and like breaking bricks and getting coins and shit. And at the end, he'll like reach up and grab the flag and pull it down, and then he'll just like
self-referential.
walk
at that point. It's
walk
really
into the
fun.
new area. Yeah, so the music then kicks up like the old school theme from the NES era. The rest of it is it seems pretty standard. Nothing like
The music is mostly Mario remixes. Remixes of Mario music that I'm pretty familiar with. I'm sure not all of it is. I'm sure there's some original stuff. I wouldn't be able to tell you though, like what the differences are, because it all fit pretty well, and it all fit with the game. Dylan, I think, in the chat at some point was like, "Are you annoyed with this music yet?" So obviously he thinks it was annoying, but I was never annoyed with the music, and I had sound on the whole time. I don't always play with the game sound, so. Yeah, I dug the music. I wouldn't listen to it like on its own by itself, except for maybe like just for like kicks, but not to like entertain myself. But yeah, I would say music and sound. The characters aren't voiced or anything, so it really is just music and sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I think it worked just fine.
God damn it, that's what I'm gonna give it to. I think it's good. I think it's some of it is kind of standard fare for the music, but all the sounds sound great. It's got a good soundscape. Like I love the like squeaky sounds that you make when you're rolling around. It's all really fun. Oh, one other thing I really loved, and I forgot to do this in visuals, is when you turn sideways, when you do the sideways paper, like the way they walk when he's sideways, like just the way he's running along.
Does
like
the
really,
paper bend?
Yeah, it does. It like bends like it's getting a little bit of wind as you're moving, you know, and it just looks really fucking funny to me. Like it's just the design is sideways, and he's just like going along, all like fucking stiff and sideways.
Catching a breeze as he's running along.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. It looks like a piece of paper that you're kind of like moving a little bit, so it's like bending, and you're just. So it's really fun. I forgot that, but yeah, sounds great. Music's fine.
What about replayability?
Yeah, would you guys play it again?
Okay. There are a lot of secrets in this game. There's certainly multiple ways that you can go through the game. You could probably challenge yourself and like have like the max HP you need is 24. You need at least 24 HP because the final boss, that's how much she fucking does in one move in one part. But I wonder if you can go through the whole game and just like try to just bump up like one section, like the BP section only, and like have like a crazy round of going through the game that way. I know going through the game, there were secrets. I could see things and I'd be like, there's probably a secret over there but I'm going to continue on. But there's a bunch of items and shit that you can find. Obviously, there's 100 floor dungeon.
There's
I
another
don't
character.
know how much there is though. Like I don't know. Like it doesn't seem like there's a ton. It seems like there's a lot of little things, but it doesn't seem like there's a whole.
Yeah, and it won't amount
bunch of
to a
extra
whole
stuff.
lot because we were able to beat it without getting all
yeah,
that
that's
extra
true.
stuff.
That's true. But there's certainly a lot of extra stuff in the game. You said you can continue playing the game. I assume that just means to find secrets. It doesn't seem like if there's a new game plus. I don't know if there is.
I don't think so.
Okay, it's just your old save file maybe with
there's
the new level.
There
up.
are side quests in that one area in
Okay.
Rogueport where you can go do
where
little
you can
things
go
for
do
people.
the things. Yeah, there's quite a few side quests. I didn't do any of them.
I didn't either. There was no need.
So there are a few things to do, certainly, on a continuous playthrough. As far as a second playthrough is concerned, I don't think I'll ever play this game again. It was a really fun game and a lot of fun, but I feel like I've kind of gotten everything out of it that I would ever want to get out of it. And like re-solving those puzzles is not something that interests me too much.
You wouldn't want to do a speed run? See how fast you could beat it?
Nah.
Well, then you would just feel sad about how much time you wasted the first
I
time.
would.
And then you'd be like, why did I
And
do it
there's
again?
no way to skip and there's no way to skip cutscenes, which would also factor into my
You just got to pound the A and B button, just like fucking get your pencil. Get your pencil.
that would
Just-
also factor into my dealio. But it's such a good game that I could see maybe in like 10 years I'll play it with a kid or something. I don't fucking know.
just some random kid
Just
like,
some
hey kid,
yeah.
hey kid, I got this Paper
Some
Mario.
kid on the street.
Anyway,
You want to play a game, kid?
you
Come
know,
on in.
it would be a good for kids. It's a lot
Play
of
this Paper
puzzle
Mario
aspects,
game in
stuff
my
like that.
fucking van.
But I mean, personally, I don't think I'll ever replay it again. But there are replayable
Reasons
aspects to
play
it.
again.
In which case, I'm teetering between a 6 and a 7, and my assumption is that there's tons of secrets I don't even know about. So maybe 7. I'll give it a 7. Yeah.
I'll give it an 8.
You'll give it an 8.
I think it is pretty fun. I think it would be fun to play it again. I think there are some replayability aspects to it for sure. I think the super boss, that would be fun. I mean, I can't imagine it being that hard. I mean, we got to the final area, and the guys in the final area weren't pushovers necessarily, the normal enemies, but they were all pretty manageable for the most part. I mean, you had to do a little bit of health management, but you got enough star power back to like be able to do the sweet feast move and get a shitload of HP back, and like it wasn't tough. So I think that would be fun to kind of challenge yourself. I think crazy runs, like I was thinking of the badge point only run, and I'm like, you could do it. Like you wouldn't.
I don't think you could. I think you need some HP, but
Well, what do you start out with? Like 10?
yeah, you need 30. I think you really need like the 30 HP.
I don't know how many HP plus badges there are, but I know I had one that gave me 5 extra health, and I was wearing it.
Okay, then 20.
But there are some that like will do
20
damage
HP,
when they hit you.
0 flower points, only BP.
Yeah, only the beginning like 10 flower points. I only had 25, so I only upgraded that 3 times. But yeah, I think it'd be fun to do like weird playthroughs like that. I think it is fun. I don't know if it has as much replayability as far as the secrets as, say, Metroid Prime. Because Metroid Prime, like, Cameron and I played a lot of that, but there's a lot of shit that we did not grab.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot.
extra weapons, it's just an extra power ups, extra missiles,
Weapons that I had
So
before that I didn't get back. Like, there's a shitload of stuff in that game. And, like, I don't think it's quite up to that level of, like, you know, the Metroid mania of, like, oh, you got to go back here and find this item. You got to do this fuck off little movement over here to find this item. Like, it doesn't quite have that much. But it is a fun RPG as well, so I think it would be a pretty fun playthrough a second time. I don't know if I'll ever do it just because I have so many other things in front of me, but I am glad that I did do it, and I could see myself, if the world ended as I know it, I could play this again.
It just might.
It might, yeah.
Just
you
might.
never know.
I don't know. There's been some news recently.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because Syria is going to end
Yeah.
our world, yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's going to be a Russia versus America actual war.
Oh,
here
come
soon.
on.
We're not
Yeah,
just
it won't
gonna
actually.
we're not just gonna keep killing other people in between us over and over again. Will actually kill
I
each
mean, I'm
other.
sure we can overcome their 1960s tech.
I don't think they have Knights of I think they've upgraded a little bit there, Schweiss.
Yeah, they're in the 70s now.
I think they're in the 90s.
That's good.
Yeah, which is pretty dangerous. Anyway, let's see. Final thoughts on this game. I think it's a really good, solid game. It's a lot of fun, and it's great for one playthrough. Characters are really fun. Story's kind of stock, but it doesn't matter because the characters are so fun. Really good version of a simple RPG, and it's simple in a great way, a fun way, an interactive way.
Yeah, I think it's better than the South Park games in that respect as far as the gameplay goes.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah. The comedy, obviously, not there. This is
a funny game, but
and it is funny, yeah. But it's not killing a fucking Nazi zombie fetus, a giant Nazi zombie fetus as it screams hate speech at
it's
you.
definitely
in
not.
German.
I don't think that. I think this is more.
That would
I
be
think this is
sweet.
geared more towards 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
And I don't think South Park is.
It's at least 14-year-olds.
Got to at least be 14.
No.
That's not supposed to be, but come on, it was great.
Anyway, so I thought, overall, great game. Great game.
Yeah, I would recommend it. If you have a Wii, which is the, of course, real GameCube, I would pick it up if you ever see it. I mean, I know there are probably only like 7 copies in this world, and that's why we had to get one. We had one
it's an
borrowed.
expensive game. It seems to be a beloved title that has not seen much life since the GameCube. So
Yeah,
everybody's kind of scrounging for those ones.
yeah. So thank you to our friend Scott who loaned us a copy of this. In addition to his GameCube player,
Dylan also lent me
and
a copy.
Dylan, yeah. So
That's
neither
cool.
of us had to buy it, so
Yeah.
we don't have to give it away. That's nice.
So I would recommend it. I would recommend it for one playthrough. I think it's
What we should do is
game.
rig the next giveaway, which we should actually have done today. But I think we're going to delay it because we need to get the new games on the list that we have that we're going to give away. So we'll talk about that after the show, so that you guys have like not just the old ass shit. But we'll deal with that, and we'll do the drawing next time. We haven't
Okay.
forgotten about it. I just forgot to do the preemptive, so I forgot about
Preemptive
half
work?
of it. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's great, and I'm glad we have those resources available because it is kind of hard to get a hold of these Nintendo games. They do this intentionally. They're like, they you know what it is? I think
Nintendo
it's
is Disney. They rarify their shit.
yeah. I think what they do is they
Unless it's Marvel. Then
they
fucking
obsess-
pump that shit out. Like
they
no other.
obsess over those numbers. They obsess over the copies shipped because that's what everyone's like. Oh, Final Fantasy 15 has shipped 8 million copies, but Nintendo's like shipped equals sold, and the only way we can do that is if we ship too few fucking copies, so people are scrounging like they need it or they're gonna die, like their
the
life
fucking
depends
NES
on it.
classics and then
Yes,
Super NES
yes,
classics.
just like that. They're like shipped and sold, motherfucker. We did not ship a single unit that didn't sell immediately, so fuck you.
It's pretty intense. Freaking Breath of the Wild sold more Switch copies than Switches were sold.
Yeah, that's
So-
ridiculous. Yeah, that's it. I don't understand that.
So before streaming happened, obviously Disney used to do. They would put out their movies on home video and in theaters. They would put it out every 7 years. They would re-release that movie.
yeah, and it'd be a big deal.
But then it would be like they put it out, they put so many in the market, and then they would take it away. You wouldn't be able to like go to Walmart and get Hercules.
yeah, there
it
would be a
gone.
limited deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
now you can buy them at Disney. You can buy them at Disneyland, and they still do that sometimes, but it's a lot more available because they're like, fuck it, the people.
Well,
are
yeah,
stream it.
streaming wise, they've got like deals with Netflix and shit.
For
so-
me, my theory with Disney.
But before
is,
then, it was like fucking Disney was like, "We are rare. We
My-
are rarefied air, and you will buy our shit at $30 a pop. Fuck you. You're
Yeah.
gonna want it too, because
The
all your
thing-
kids are gonna be crying for it in the supermarket."
the thing I always
That's what's
joked
gonna
about is
happen.
like every time somebody dies in Disneyland, they get like a new re-release of the of like Bambi. They're like Bambi 10,000 year edition. It's all like gold plated and shit. Like, oh, this is for the lawsuit, isn't it? Thank you for
Yeah, you
re-releasing
gotta buy
this
their
movie.
movies right when they come out
So-
because they set them at like 20 and then they jump up like a week later to 30.
Yeah, exactly.
Recap of the score then. Paper Mario, The 1,000-Year Door. Story, Joe gave it an 8. Schweiss also gave it an 8. Gameplay, Joe gave it a 9. Same with Schweiss. Art and graphics, Joe gave it a 10. Schweiss gave it a 10. Music and sound, Joe gave it an 8, and Schweiss gave it an 8. And then replayability, the first divergent score here. Joe gave it a 7, and Schweiss gave it an 8, giving Joe 42 out of 50, Caleb 43 out of 50, for a total of 85 out of 100.
I was honestly thinking 7 for the last one, but I was like, I can't have the same. Like 7 and 8. I'll just go with the other.
Oh yeah,
number.
so you changed your score just because you didn't want to be the same.
Oh, and I do think it is a pretty good game. I don't feel bad about that.
All right.
Yeah. So overall, what did we give it? An 85.
85 out of 100.
So Metacritic has it at an 87 out of 100. So we lowballed it a couple points, but that's not too
Well,
bad.
I mean, it's been a few years, so I think some of it.
Well,
may be
most of our
aging.
scores are either like right on or like within like 2 or 3 points.
Unless it's
Plus
Bounty
or minus.
Hunter.
Yeah, because Bounty
Because
Hunter is a
Mon-
fucking shit game.
Because
that
we
for
just
some
have
reason
a couple
people
of
enjoy.
people here who pulled down the score way too far because of just one
way too far.
Just
Cam
a
Cam?
glitch.
One or
Way
two
too
little
far?
issues in the game.
Oh yeah, 1 or 2 little technical issues.
that I forced
Let-
in the game by
Never
ignoring
mind
the
the fact
instructions
that I almost started
gave
crying
me.
the night I was drinking with both laughter and sadness. I was like, what is happening? I don't know. I can't do this. But yeah. Other than that, and Alone in the Dark.
By the way, Cameron, that's your fault. So fuck you.
I enjoyed the game. I don't think it
What
was a
is
great
wrong
game,
with
Fuck
you?
you.
but I enjoyed
You're a
it.
piece of
I'm
shit.
glad that I
You're a
beat
piece
it.
of shit for that.
You're a piece of shit for wanting to play a game.
I
you
enjoy
bought.
getting raped by this cat every 5 seconds while I'm trying to get out.
I never had that problem with that
I enjoy
cat.
getting raped by a cat and then getting up and then getting rocketed.
The
and then
one part
getting
I had the
raped by a cat
difficulty with
again.
was the fucking floating shipping
Oh, I
containers.
forgot about the cats, and I was like, "That's kind of gross." That you'd bring up like a cat raping you, and I was thinking, like, why would it be a cat? Like barbed penis, maybe? I don't know. But then I was like, "Oh yeah, the cats! The cats in that game." And it all just steamrolled back.
Yeah, they probably did have barbed penises.
For some
They were
reason-
like, Jay goes like, "Oh God!"
For some reason, the part that gave me the most trouble in that game was just the shipping containers floating back and forth between the
yeah,
bay.
that bullshit too. Yeah,
That's the only part that gave me trouble.
it's like it gives you literally no idea where you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
I think I'm supposed to go this way, so that's where I'm going to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So fuck it.
Good game.
Good game. Yeah,
Not-
play it, guys.
Not bounty fuckface, but Paper Mario. It's very good. Thanks,
game.
Dylan. Craig.
Thank you on 2 accounts. Yeah.
Craigert.
Take it away.
Yeah. Are
Cameron
you
hasn't
ready?
heard any of it, so
Ready for this? Okay,
am.
so for the people who don't know, I've been living with my sister's, now ex-boyfriend, who likes to get drunk every now and then because he has an addiction, I guess. I don't know, but he doesn't get drunk the normal way. You know, the normal person, the normal adult person way. You know, where you go and you actually get booze. No, he likes to drink vanilla extract. and he just takes it from wherever he can get it. Like, I literally found a bag of tiny little vanilla extract bottles under the fucking bathroom sink.
What?
There were literally
Just little shot
25
size?
little fucking shot-sized things of vanilla extract. I don't know why people are selling little shot-sized things. I think they know. That's just how children party.
No, because vanilla extract comes in small doses, so you can add it to fucking food.
Yeah,
'cause
it's meant to- it's
powerful.
not- can't-
It's
it's
meant
meant-
to come in small bottles.
it's not
we
supposed to
have-
be drank like a.
Yeah, we have
soda.
the good shit, right? We have the shit straight from Mexico. This guy's drinking like fucking pathetic shit. And he's doing it because it gets you drunk quick, because it's like 30 to 40% alcohol in some of them. So it's like, yeah, just fucking go
That
for
isn't
it, I
even
guess.
that much. Like you could get Everclear that's 95%, and that will burn your stomach lining if you drink it solo.
But you have to have an ID for stuff like that.
Oh, that is true.
I'm
you
looking
do
this
need an
up.
ID.
vanilla extract hovers around between 35 and 40% alcohol.
That is pretty decent. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah, you
Jägermeister.
just-
All right, kids, if you want to get fucked up, here's how to do it.
He's drinking
if you're
Jägermeister.
a
is what
parent,
he's
be
drinking.
aware they might be drinking your vanilla.
If they smell real sweet all the time.
So vanilla
Anybody want
extract
some
is
ice cream?
is a
I don't know
solution
why. I
made
just really want some
by
ice cream.
macerating and percolating vanilla pods in a solution of ethanol and water. So, okay.
Oh my god!
So we brought this up
In
like
ethanol?
a year ago on UFF.
you're not supposed to drink that like that. Like that's bad.
We brought this
Yeah.
up a year
It
ago
doesn't
on
even
UFF.
fucking taste good. I tried a tiny bit, like a spoonful.
Oh, did he? He's
forever
like, here,
ago.
take a shot.
No,
Is that
no,
what-
way before that. It was
Oh,
like
okay.
because I wanted to because we like you use it in cooking, and I was like, how does this even taste? And
It's horrible.
It's not good.
Yeah, because it's a fuckload
It's not
of
good at
vanilla.
all.
It's like it's pure vanilla.
Yeah, that shit is
like
not
for
good.
vanilla ice cream, like a big tub of it.
Oh yeah,
you just like put
do
it
a
in a
tiny
couple
teaspoon.
drops.
You use a tiny fucking bit for even vanilla flavored ice cream.
So he's chugging it.
So yes,
chugging it.
Oh, he's chugging the whole fucking bottle, and it fucks him up like crazy. Like you have no idea how many times I have found this motherfucker nude in the bathroom,
Nude?
fucking shit on the floor, and he is just straight up pissing while knocked out. Like his fucking I fucking found his dick like fucking flying or flopping around while he's pissing.
found his
Wasn't even
dick?
attached to him.
It wasn't even. It didn't look like it. It was fucking flopping everywhere. How the fuck was it supposed to be? Like
So you're saying it was fire hose pressure coming
fire, yeah.
out.
Fucking dude is like fucking passed out.
I
like,
have
fucking
never pissed like that
shit
in my
himself,
life.
and it's fucking everywhere.
So what do you do at that point?
I
What
can
is-
see why
do
you're
you-
so angry all
You
the
hold on,
turn
time.
hold
around
on.
and leave him? Or?
How did this start?
Kale, I can see why you're so
Apparently-
jaded about video games now. You're just fucking. You're dealing with a lot of shit that no one else is.
Yes, I have developed a very literal low tolerance for any shit anymore.
Actual shit.
Actual shit.
Okay. No, I
And
mean,
vanilla.
okay, so you moved in with your sister and her boyfriend because you didn't have a place to go.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Because
so
Schweiss kicked you out because he's heartless.
yeah, and
You kicked him out first.
what?
I didn't.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
did kick him out
Yeah,
first.
you did. Anyway, so how it started, I have no idea. Apparently, he's been doing it since he's a fucking child.
Oh, but how did you find out about this?
I didn't find out till the very first time that this happened. The first time that he got fucking pass out drunk because we had to take him to the fucking hospital, and they were like, and every single fucking doctor knew what was up. They knew immediately as soon as they heard, oh, he drank vanilla. Okay. And then they were like, and
Retard.
the fucking nurses were laughing their asses off, even though he was in like critical condition. And I was like, you have every fucking right to, because it's ridiculous. and they were like, they were telling my sisters like, you fucking break this off now, because this is an addiction type shit. You don't fucking just drink vanilla. And I was like, yeah,
You don't
that
fucking- you don't
that
drink
fucking
vanilla just to
sounds
have a good
that's-
time.
Yeah, that sounds like a fucking logical thing
you
right
mix
there.
it with chocolate, then it's cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
Add some strawberry, asshole.
That's how you fucking do it. No. So, yeah, that's so the first time we had to take him to the fucking hospital, and then just like, every now and he fucking lost his job and shit constantly.
Yeah, he worked.
because of
He
this
worked
shit.
with us for like a week,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah. And then he constantly was like losing his job like every couple months because he would get fucking blackout drunk again. And so like one time, okay. So one of my favorite times that this fucking happened, my sister comes into me and she's like, so, he's fucking blackout drunk right now. He's like, literally shit himself on the floor, and I have no idea what he drank because there's no vanilla in the house right now. I have no idea what he fucking took, and I was like,
It'd be funny
okay.
if you didn't. If I was there and I was like, "What?" Like someone there on the outside, like, "What the fuck are you talking about? There's no vanilla."
yeah,
The sense makes no sense.
I know.
Vanilla was the first
but
thing I looked
it
for.
fucking
There
makes
is
sense
none.
to
I'm
me.
like,
And,
excuse me.
and okay, so and then I was like, all right, so let's look for some stashes, right? You know, and because I had gotten really fucking good at this, became my new favorite fucking game. So I would look under like the fucking toilet tanks and stairs because I found stuff in there.
Oh my
I
God.
found stuff at the fucking pool house, at like the community pool house. We've been hiding shit in the toilets there, and one time in the fucking like the pressure jet things in the fucking like jacuzzi and shit in there. And I have found
jacuzzi smells awesome.
and he had hidden a couple bottles on the other side of this fence because you guys seen like my apartment complex. So there's a fucking fence,
Take your
and
breath, Caleb.
he hides the vanilla on the other side of this fucking fence, right? And one time he was already kind of drunk, and he fucking like just jumps over the fence to get it, and the fucker broke his goddamn leg jumping over the fence to get his vanilla, which he then drank, and the bone was sticking through his fucking leg.
What the fuck?
And he fucking hobbles back to the apartment after having done this, and then he just goes and lays down. He just fucking passes out. I have no idea how this fucker is even still alive. So anyway,
The part he's not
some
telling you
fucking
is Caleb
brutal
replaced
shit.
the vanilla with hydrogen peroxide every time he found it.
Yeah.
Oh, you should.
Die!
So and then so back to my favorite one. Favorite one was there was no vanilla in the house, so we were fucking searching, right? And then so I go into my bathroom and I look at the bottle of Listerine. And the Listerine that had been full the previous day was now gone.
He was
the
drinking-
bottle was still there.
See, Listerine I'd heard
So
of.
what
Vanilla, I had
happened
not.
is he had placed the Listerine in a different container. But what I found out after is that he had fucking butt chugged fucking Listerine.
Oh my God!
And that's why, like,
Minty fresh.
because I had told my sister to check. I had told my sister to check his breath because, like, that's what would tell us what he had been drinking.
Check his
and
ass.
and there was nothing. She was like, the room smells okay, but like I don't know what he's been drinking because like there's nothing coming from his mouth. And I was like, okay. So I find the empty bottle of Listerine, and then I notice that, and he's naked again, by the way, guys. I notice that his ass is fucking pissing Listerine.
Oh my God!
And I was like, my fucking God, what the fuck are you trying to do?
I wanted to see. I'm imagining butt chugging the actual Listerine later, like shoving that whole thing up your ass and just fucking
Well, what if
gurgling
someone
that
just
shit.
wanted some Listerine? Did he even like?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't fucking
Like that
understand
wouldn't
the
be
thought
that
process.
crazy because Listerine it's not like a whoa, that's a lot of Listerine. It's like, whoa, Listerine's powerful. So you could have just drank it and you've been like, yeah, I washed my fucking
but
mouth.
do you know how much is in a Listerine bottle?
A
There's
lot,
a fucking
yeah.
shitload.
And that is
I
a
have
lot
no
of
idea
alcohol.
how he was able to take that up his ass. Like
Practice.
I don't even know.
You
what
don't wanna know
I
how.
don't even know what container he used. We found nothing. The bottle was empty. I have no idea if he managed
I
to
think
shove
he
that
sucked-
up
yeah.
his ass, put it on a handstand, and then somehow put it back.
No,
I don't know.
He
how
was
he
doing
would be
handstand
okay.
push-ups while he was doing it and like helping it along.
Oh yeah, you fucking must have because fucking like how do you shove a Listerine bottle far up your fucking asshole to get fucking drunk off of it? Like what the fuck? Like that was I had no words. I fucking like turned and I looked and here's fucking and he's passed out, but his ass
Is this
is
on a
fucking,
couch I've slept on?
No, it was in her room.
Oh, thank God.
His ass was in the air, and then his fucking ass somehow became the fucking waterfall of Listerine, and I fucking saw the starfish just leaking, man. Why the fuck did I have to see this shit? The fucking undercarriage alone just taking it was too much. It was fucking fizzing, and it was doing shit that should not be done, man.
Caleb, I am so. Come here, buddy.
This is fucking a constant thing,
When
man.
was this? When was this?
This was a few years ago, man.
Why the fuck didn't you tell us about
Because because
How do you tell someone?
It had to be internalized.
How do you
man.
tell someone
I
something
can't-
like
yeah, How do you
that?
fucking say that shit? Like, especially when my sister is fucking still dating the guy for some reason. I'm like, how do you not fucking look at that and go, okay, this needs to stop? Like, I don't know.
Did she see the Listerine coming out of it?
I have no fucking idea,
Listerine
man. Like,
waterfall?
it had stopped.
Why
at
does our
some
bed
point.
have a wet spot on it? And it smells minty fresh. Yeah.
And a little like shit.
The dude had fucking shit all over the bathroom because he couldn't fucking find it to sit on it. Like,
Dude.
it's like, that's how fucking bad this gets. He's not just drinking for a good time. It feels like he's literally trying to kill
it's
himself.
an alcoholic. And,
I have pissed myself
And doing
once.
stuff like that is a sign
I
of
now
a
don't
bad
feel-
alcoholic.
Yeah, and then fucking like, and he got full on fucking psychotic at some point because like then he started doing shit like to keep my sister's attention because like she's fucking weird about shit and thinks it's all her fault, and so he would
needs to go to
yeah. So he would do shit like he cut himself right on the hand, and he didn't tell anybody about it. And then he called my sister into the room, and he was like, "Hey, I just started bleeding everywhere." This was right after she was like, "It's over." Right? This is like one of the first times that this happened, and he fucking literally fucking sliced his own hand. And he tried to explain how he did this, and he was telling us that he was slicing cheese. But the thing is, he had cut his right fucking hand, and he's right-handed. So he was fucking drunk.
It's like, you're terrible.
And he's trying to be like, yeah, I was using a knife, and I tried to slice off a piece of cheese, and like, yeah, cut my hand.
with what a fucking...
Yeah, but the thing is, you're fucking right-handed, and you weren't in the fucking kitchen because we all were, and you were not when this happened. So, like, it's fucking straight up lies, and it's just like, and it was ridiculous, and it would be constant shit like that. So it's fucking like mental abuse on my sister as well.
Yeah,
So
that
this-
is.
So it's fucked up. And one time we fucking push him to somewhere else, constantly because we've been doing that. Because I've been playing a fucking like 3-year-long game of fucking hot potato, and
Wait, hold on.
I've
Give us
only
some
played
ground
that
base.
for about
I'll
5
fucking
minutes.
go back into this
Okay,
later.
all right.
So fucking
And then it's no longer fun.
so we pushed him off onto my fucking or on his mom, right? The person that should be watching him for this fucking shit, and because it should be
A family
over by
member,
now.
yeah.
It should be a family thing, not a me thing.
Yeah.
And
Not a me, not related to him at all. thing.
yeah, not that. So we push him onto there, and then fucking his mother and his sister and his stepdad and his actual father and like literally every possible other family member he could possibly find and himself kept calling my sister constantly, just fucking harassing her to take him back because they don't fucking want him either. So it's fucking constant like abuse from even his fucking family, and it's fucking ridiculous. And his mom, by the way, is a fucking 60-year-old woman who came down to our place to sleep on our fucking couch because she was having problems with her husband. So she comes to the fucking man-child that she fucking abandoned because she had nowhere else to go during this time of need. So she comes to my fucking house and makes us pay for all of her goddamn shit. And she fucking just leaves and doesn't take him with him, which is the worst offense of all. and
Okay, so that was how long ago?
that was also a few years ago.
Years?
And constantly and
Caleb.
That's when it started, because this isn't just a once-off thing. This has happened multiple fucking times.
And you've been silent this whole time.
I have
You
been.
gotta get
yeah.
rid of that
I
guy.
have been
That's your
internalizing all of this mess.
That's your duty as a brother, is to get rid of him. Like,
I
get
know.
rid
I
of
tried.
him.
I have literally tried.
Hey,
Get
Caleb.
rid of-
Like, make him disappear.
You realize I have a gun in my room, and I spend
know, you
I
almost killed
spend
me with it.
time staring at it sometimes.
There's some people getting real crazy right now listening to this thing.
fucking just like either for myself or someone else, because that's what's gonna fucking happen.
This is going to end with Craig crying and all of us, like, holding him on the screen. It's like, come here, buddy.
The next time Schweiss gives you shit for paying that much for that game, just say, I had to look at Listerine squirting out of a guy's asshole. You're fucking paying me that shit
Yeah,
you
you're
agreed
right.
to.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
still owe me that $30, by the way.
I'll get it to you. Don't worry. I'll give you anything you need.
Oh my god! And then fucking so many fucking hospital trips. And then fucking most recently,
Would he
was-
like do the thing where he's like, I'm gonna change, and then he doesn't do it, or
Yeah.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
classic.
All right.
He'd gone to fucking rehab like twice, right?
Okay.
For
And
didn't
vanilla.
stick.
Yeah, and so this most recent time that my
Wait,
sister
is there vanilla Listerine?
what?
I assume you would know.
Vanilla Listerine.
Yeah, is there like
I maybe.
that's like a deadly
That sounds
concoction.
kind of like that sounds like a thing because they do have different flavors of
Yeah,
Listerine.
you should get him that. See what happens.
Too much.
Let nature take care of itself.
Dude, I fucking tried. I have fucking tried to let nature take care of itself. The dude is immortal.
He is, Cameron.
that-
You don't even. He is immortal.
I'm literally about to tell you that story. Okay, so fucking.
That's what happens when you lift.
All right, and so
You can't die.
after this most recent time, he actually fucking hit my sister, and if I had been there, I would literally have killed him at this time. So that's when she broke it off with him, and we had to call the cops and all this shit. And then so they finally moved him to his parents' place, and he has fucking stayed there for the last little bit. And then a little bit after this had happened, he fucking got his pastor to he had ripped off his pinky, by the way, at some point. He fucking jumped into a dumpster to, I guess, help some lady get something. And he went on his way to jump out of it.
I don't believe that
his
story.
pinky I know, I don't either.
Wait, is
his
it
pinky
gone?
got caught. No, they managed to reattach it.
Oh
but,
my
like, it fucking like ripped the fuck off, and as he jumped out of a dumpster because it got stuck on there somehow.
This guy can't
The story did not make any sense. No, he
Yeah,
can't.
he ends up
fucking
with either
can't.
bones being removed completely or sticking out of the skin.
I fucking and then so he managed because of that shit. He fucking manages to get his pastor of all people to take him to the hospital. And then they prescribed him pain pills, which he got and then took. But while he was also at the hospital, he stole fucking hand sanitizer, right?
What?
And
I mean, it's everywhere.
after he had chugged, however many pills he fucking took, because he likes to mix that with his alcohol, as all do normal people.
Of course.
He
supposed
fucking
to take them
he
with
fucking
alcohol.
chugs the entire thing of hand sanitizer.
What?
So now being fucked up on pain pills and hand sanitizer and still being alive still boggles my mind. He decides that he's going to ride a bike into oncoming traffic. He
in an effort to kill himself.
I fucking certainly hope so, but he drives into oncoming traffic and he gets hit by a car.
Yeah.
And after he gets hit by a car, he gets, taken to the hospital because he's in a fucking coma. And he's in a coma for 2 days. And no one has any idea whether or not he's going to make it. And I was just like, oh, good. Good news, finally. So then 2 days later, he fucking wakes up. And he's completely fucked up. And for some reason, they decide to move him hospital to hospital to hospital. And he's over in Tooele, which is, at least an hour and a half away from us or whatever, how far away it is.
It's super. It's much further
There's
away.
at least fucking 4 hospitals between there and here, or in Payson, where I live. And they decide to just fucking move him until he's down in Payson, right? And even though this fucker is now imagining dragons and T-Rexes because of permanent fucking brain damage due to the coma, the hospital decides, he's fine enough to just be on his own. So they let him have a taxi and they take him to fucking my house.
They probably got tired of dealing with him too.
Yeah, I fucking imagine so, because the dude is like $40,000 in fucking medical bills debt. So I imagine they probably don't want him there. And they're like, oh, don't worry. We're going to find a rehab place for him, right? We're going to find a rehab place for him to go. And
Is it free? And do they keep him as a prisoner?
And but it's really hard because he has no insurance, and obviously because he has thousands of dollars in debt.
Why doesn't he have insurance?
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know anything. And so like after this, they fucking just drop him off in my place. And so yeah, I've been dealing with him even now. Just fucking he yesterday, he had no idea he was fucking in the bathroom while he was peeing in the bathroom. Like, he had no fucking idea where the hell he was. He couldn't even walk on his own. And then he wakes up, and then he's like, oh, yeah, I'm totally fine now. Like, he fucking switches. He switches. It's like a fucking switch in his brain that, like, allows him to either be normal or fucking retarded. And and I don't know how the fuck the hospital was like, yeah, it's fine to release him. It's fine. It's fine to, like, let him be out in the world while we wait to find a rehab place for this fucker because, normal people can just come out of comas and not need therapy. I have no idea what the fuck is going on, and
well, he put the cherry on top earlier with the. So they dropped him off at your place, and you guys took him.
Yeah, we took him.
That was a mistake.
Yeah,
You weren't
it was
forced to do that.
It wasn't fucking my choice. It was my
Whose choice
sister's.
was it? And then what happened?
We fucking took him back to the fucking Provo hospital, and then they were like, yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with him, even though he literally you just called the cops and he blew like a 0.38 alcohol blood level. He fucking blew that, and then they're like, yeah, well, there's no blood or alcohol in his system. I'm like, are you fucking shitting me right now? The dude is fucking brain damaged, and we can't fucking tell the difference between him being drunk as fuck and being fucking retarded. Like there's literally there is no line. It's just the same thing. And they're like, yeah, he's fine to just wander. And then they just fucking bring him back to the Payson hospital. And then he just fucking comes back. He just fucking keeps coming back. And that's what I mean by the fucking hot potato, because I have pushed him onto his mom, who has pushed him onto the hospital, who has pushed him back onto me, and I've given him to the cops, who has given him to the hospital, who's given him to his mom, who's given him back to me, and it's the worst fucking game of hot potato I've ever fucking played in my life, and it's still going on! God damn it, dude.
I knew it. Here come the tears.
I fucking want it gone, man. I thought I had won. I thought I had fucking finally won the game when he was fucking in the coma. And I was like, my God, it's finally over. It's finally fucking over.
What you do with the potato you don't want anymore, you stuff it in a cannon and you'll launch it.
I fucking would love to. I would love to do that.
And then it splatters against something.
I would love to have a cannon with which I could launch this potato straight at a fucking wall. But I can't do that.
Geez,
can't do it.
Because you just don't have the cannon budget? Or
I don't have the cannon budget. That is a good reason, yes. But I am so close. It's just fucking snapping. And then it'll just be over.
Well, don't do that. He'll kill himself eventually.
I can hear the insanity.
I want that to happen.
Voice.
He only has 9 lives.
It's disgusting of me to want that to happen so much.
Honestly, no, it's not.
But
No,
I do.
Really not. There are
I want that fucker dead. I want him dead. But
I want his
but
family
he lives.
dead.
He is fucking immortal.
I want his house burned to the ground.
So many times I thought he was going to die. He is like the blood alcohol level alone should have killed him, but he's fucking built an immunity thanks to his fucking Listerine enema. I don't fucking know.
That'll do wonders.
It would do wonders. I don't fucking know what to do, man. It's just I need to get him back to his mom's place ASAP.
Get him back to his mom's place and then leave that apartment and
Oh.
have your sister change her fucking number.
Yeah. I fucking know.
There's your 3-step process. Do it this week.
So many times I've been like, hey, sister, you know what you fucking do? Just take him to a homeless shelter. Fucking drop him off. Just leave him there.
Or I drop him off at his mom's, and then it's his mom's responsibility.
I would
to
drop him off
at the fucking
in the middle
homeless
of the
shelter.
woods.
I would
do. I'd
I
be
would
like,
do
get
that
out
as
of the
well.
car
He would have no fucking idea.
and walk.
I'd give him a big fucking bottle of vanilla and let him run wild and free.
Give him a big old bottle. Like
Oh,
a good
give him a
fucking-
huge one.
oh,
You're
yeah.
like, you're gonna drink this whole thing
you know
right
those,
now.
You know those,
Drink it.
You know those jugs in fucking cartoons that are
Kidding.
fucking huge
Don't
and they
do
have like
that.
the triple X things.
You'll go
'cause
to
it's
jail.
like it's like for moonshine. Yeah, fucking put like a bunch of vanilla in that and just let him go. Let him go free.
Let him release him into the wild.
Yeah, just let him release him into the wild. Let him die. Let him die.
It's fucked
And
up.
your sister apparently skipped town as well. That was
Oh
another
yeah,
good
yeah,
job.
that was a fucking fun thing for her to do. Yeah, so she fucking grabs him from the hospital, right? Because he apparently has nowhere else to go, and she feels bad about this, which she shouldn't, because I fucking don't. And
Well, you didn't ever love him. So-
no, I didn't.
No, yeah. And
I don't think anybody.
I love the thought of killing him.
Oh, okay.
That was a good thought.
All right.
Man, I am surprised we haven't got like banned from toys because of this.
Fucking dude. So my sister's
do
like,
it.
well, I already have plans to go to St. George, which is 4 hours away from where we are. And I can't be bothered to drop him off somewhere fucking else. And he has nowhere else to go. So have fun dealing with that shit for 2 days. So that was.
What's her plan coming back?
I don't know. Hopefully taking him. I hope he's gone by the time that I get home. I really do. I really fucking do. Because
I offered Kayla. I said, let's just go take him and drop him off back at his mom's place. I'll go with you. I don't fucking care. It's like maybe 3 of us should go and do that so that he doesn't go with this muscle bodybuilder thing trying to kill us.
Oh yeah, because that's the funniest fucking thing, by the way.
Anybody got some handcuffs?
This dude is a fucking gym rat, right? He fucking like loves the idea of becoming Arnold Schwarzenegger during his time.
Except Arnold Schwarzenegger's not a drunk fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
during his time of being a bodybuilder, right? He thinks he's gonna become Mr. Universe. And in case you guys want an idea of what this fucker looks like, just imagine a gorilla with Woody from Toy Story's legs, and then you got it. Yeah, because
Skips like
Look, leg
yeah,
day is
he's
lame.
fucking. Dude, and I've seen
you
his
can't
dick,
skip.
dude. I've seen literally every
God.
part of this motherfucker, and it literally goes from a triangle to being like a thin as fuck rectangle. Like that is literally what
You
it
said
is.
he has a rectangle penis.
He barely
Don't answer
has
that.
a penis.
How dare you body shame him, Craig?
God damn it.
Yeah. You, of all
surprised.
people, you should understand the pain.
I can body shame all I fucking want, man. I can do it.
Well, he's all muscular on top, but look at his little tiny leg.
Yeah, look at that fucker. It's a piece of shit.
So out of shape, idiot.
How dare he skip leg day?
Oh my god.
Just go for a leg tackle is all we're gonna
Oh,
do.
I know. I could fucking take him all I want because now he's fucking retarded and he has
Oh,
the
no.
weakness of.
saying you're gonna beat up a retarded person?
You know what? A sack of oranges won't leave no bruise.
He got that from Family Guy, by the way.
What?
A bag of Philanthropy oranges. Lets the kids know who's
Well,
boss.
that's not where I got that, but yeah, that they do say that. Also, a sock with soap in it. It's good.
It is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is good.
It's a great way to keep the soap from falling.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good way to
Pantyhose
keep
for-
that,
Pantyhose is better,
keep
but
that
yeah.
locked in there.
so you can wash your hands at the same time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Craig, I'll drop him off with you. But you guys need to fucking move out of that apartment and have your sister change her number so that the family doesn't
Who
contact her
owns
again.
your
And
sister's
if it
cell
does
phone?
happen again, she needs to have a restraining order. Craig?
Oh, she did for a while. And
What
they-
the fuck?
Yeah, like that's the other part. Like there was a restraining order like after the time that he hit her, right? And his mom and father and stuff kept calling her, telling her that they owed her money because he borrowed money to pay rent one time. They fucking tried to call her as a violation of this fucking thing because it was them too. They were part of it. And they kept calling
So,
her. There was a no contact order and
he's
everything. So yeah.
Why did you accept him into the apartment?
I don't fucking know.
You fucked up.
I don't
You
know.
done fucked up.
I know. I wasn't even there when this happened.
I guess it's not you.
It's not me because if it was me, he'd be dead in somewhere
First
else.
off, it's never you because Caleb, as we know, is a woman and
Yeah.
a man at the same time.
Yeah, that's right.
And women it's never their fault.
Wow.
Even if it is, you can't say it's their fault.
Wow.
No, I'm
Wow.
saying it's a
Or
bad idea.
You just took a 180 there.
No, I didn't. It's never Craig's fault.
It's never my fault.
And in this case, it really isn't. But
No.
it wouldn't have been anyway. But you need to do something about it, or else it will be your fucking fault. And it's been going on for years, in which case my sympathy level for your plight is fucking lessened. Because you should have done something about it.
There's literally nothing that I could
Caleb.
do.
What the fuck can he do? He can't make him break up.
Yeah,
That's
I have,
all, like,
I
at
have
that point.
literally tried.
There are ways.
At this point, though, call
I-
the cops and be like, "There's a restraining order out on this guy. He
Not
shouldn't be
anymore. It was only for like a short period of time.
here." And he's
I know.
okay. Okay. The fuck is your sister's plan? Do you guys not talk to each other? That's what drives me nuts. Like, what does your mom think?
She doesn't-
What does your sister think? Why aren't you guys shouting at each other?
My
right now?
my mom and I are of the same mind. We want the fucker dead. We want him somewhere else. We want it's over.
What does the
And-
conversation look like, though, with your sister? That's what's driving me nuts. Does
She
no one
doesn't-
go, "Hey, you fucking idiot, get him out of here"?
I have done that many times. I have no idea. She doesn't tell me shit anymore because of how many times I have done that. Literally every time I have done that, she has gotten further and further away because it's the fucking victim thing. It's the fucking she can't because she cares about him, and I don't know why, because of emotion or something, some bullshit that should have been over a long time ago. But it's so
He's a fucking mess.
no fucking shit.
The
You
fuck?
don't just have a fucking Listerine enema and a fucking vanilla problem and not be a mess. Like, that's
That is true. I don't think I've ever heard of someone that's done both of those things and has been normal.
yeah. You wouldn't because
Listerine enema is probably more strange than the vanilla extract addiction, which I thought was pretty strange because I have heard of people drinking Listerine.
How does Callan feel about all this?
Same as me.
Because Callan doesn't seem like a guy who would let that guy near the house if he had heard that he hit his sister.
Yeah, he has.
Callan ain't a bitch.
Yeah.
Callan ain't a bitch. Now you can
Maybe
be a
he
bitch,
is,
but
but
Callan's
I-
not a bitch most of the time.
No, they don't come over when he's there because he ain't a bitch.
Okay.
Because he doesn't have to live there, and because he has punched him in the face.
Now I wouldn't condone physical violence, but I would take him into a car and take him over to his mom's place and literally drop
I
him off and say
absolutely
to his
condone.
mom, "Fuck you, he's yours," and leave. That's
I would
what
tell
you
him
do.
I would tell
That's
him if
why I
I would
want-
tell
and if he comes back, I'm gonna fucking call the cops.
The thing is, my mom and I would do that, but we don't know where
Then
he
do
lives.
it. He's
we don't,
there.
We don't know where he lives. We have fucking no
Ask
idea.
him.
He won't tell us. We have literally asked.
Ask him and
He
say,
won't-
"We're going to
he
Tooele, and either you tell us where they are, or we're dropping you off on Main Street."
I would do whatever. Yeah, I would fucking drop him off in the middle of fucking traffic. Like
Be a bully, Craig. Be a bully. God damn it.
You think I fucking haven't?
obviously not enough.
I waited for this fucker to just off himself, but it just hasn't happened.
He's pissing me off. He's pissing me off.
Oh yeah, good.
God damn it.
Good.
All right. This was Nude Clan.
Yeah, it was. It was Nude Clan.
and now it's something else. It's Hate Clan.
It's 8 Clan. God damn it.
Wow, I didn't realize just how much of a douchebag this guy was. Like, I have a pretty good
He seemed
douche-
like a douche, and we talked about him a lot. being a
doucheometer.
douche.
Yeah.
And he's been
Yeah.
a cunt basically every time I've ever seen him.
Yeah, he has literally always been a cunt.
Like, never-
and his mother is the Rolling Thunder.
I'll be like, hey man, and he'll just be like, he'll do like the douche nod, like the I don't care about
dude.
you, and I'm like,
literally from the first
okay.
time that I met his mother, I was like, okay, this explains a fuck ton.
yeah, Caleb, we got to take care of this.
I know. I fucking know.
I do absolutely condone all resources available to
I-
remove.
No.
Listen to the
don't.
angel on your shoulder.
Joe's not a fucking
There
angel,
is
you know better.
proper ways to go about this, and that's not one of them.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are legal ways to go about it, and then there are proper ways to go about it. Those don't always line up. They can. They can.
There really aren't any legal ways. Trust me, I fucking tried. I have tried. The cops won't do shit because they're like, well, technically it's not illegal. Technically it's not illegal. Technically, it's not illegal.
That's when you just pull out a
I
firearm
have heard that
and
so many fucking times from the
blast
cops.
him right in front of him and be
then
like,
then
is that legal?
And then fucking hospitals don't fucking hold him either. So I have it's literally just been a game of hot potato of them returning him.
He
to
does
me.
not have to go into your house if you don't let him in.
We can't keep him from being. We can't
Whose
keep him out.
name is on the lease?
He's not on the lease. That's what Craig
Not
said anyway.
not anymore. Yes,
He doesn't
But
live there.
Before that's
If
part
his
of.
name is not on the lease, you can kick
He
him
legally
out.
doesn't live there.
Kick him out. Holy shit.
I know.
And tell him he can have a ride if he wants. That'll be your kindness.
We'll just play like Godfather music the whole time. Not that he'll understand that, but
No, he wouldn't. Yeah.
the problem is I
dude.
lose that theme with the Lord of the Rings theme, so I almost went.
Yeah, I know. They start the same way.
You
too.
always do that. Every time you try to do the
world has
Godfather,
changed.
or when you try to do the Lord of the Rings thing, you do like you slip into the fucking yeah.
That would be awesome in
So, yeah,
Godfather.
half of your story is funny. Your sister
the other
does
half
that.
is-
Your sister actually needs to go to AA, by the way.
The other half is
she
very.
needs fucking therapy like
It's-
crazy.
You don't have to be an alcoholic to go to AA.
The other part is very.
No, there's
infuriating.
other very specific counseling that she needs.
Yeah,
There it
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dark.
Fuck.
It is.
Go to nudeclient.net.
Join our forums.
Yeah. Listen to my Game of Thrones podcast.
Tweet me at Joseph DeGollier.
Me at Obsidian Bar.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast. It's For a Few Chickens More. A Tale of Schweiss and Johnson, a Game of Thrones podcast. Find it on iTunes. Find it on Google Play. Find it all over the place. Please listen. Please review it. Let me know what you guys think. We're 5 episodes in. Today we'll be recording the 5th technical episode. Then we have a pilot. So, yeah, give it a try.
Dylan, if you scream at someone enough, they'll listen to you is not a useful way of thinking. You're right. You're right. I think
100% correct.
this is in response to me. You're right. Unless the way of, and I kind of think this because of Caleb, how Caleb's family asks, unless the way of that person dealing with conflict is silence, in which case sometimes you have to get something out of them or else you're not going to fucking resolve shit.
I think the way to do it.
The screaming's not going to help any situation.
I think
like
the way
this.
to do
It's
it is to tell them.
action.
Oh no! Action of taking that guy in the car and taking him to Tooele. Yeah, that's an action.
Yeah.
That's my thing
I say
to do.
Doug way and just like let him walk home to whatever home he finds.
I would also fucking move out.
Yeah, you guys got to move.
We're planning.
You got to
on
move
it.
away from your
You
sister.
gotta,
Even
you got to get well.
your sister's a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but leaving that wouldn't help.
You don't leave permanently. You leave in a
Yeah, but-
we're not living together kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's not.
If
he has
she-
a podcast
if
with
she
her. Like,
wants
when's he gonna
to-
see her?
If she wants to take care of him, then you guys should leave. That's what that should be because it's not he's not your responsibility if anything at all. And it's not hers. But if she decides to take it upon herself, then it is hers, and then you guys are living with her, and you guys are fucked.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nudeclan.net.
newclan.net.
/therapy.
Mad. I'm mad.
Therapy. Yeah. Go to the forums,
Bring it in,
guys,
Craig.
or use
Bring it
the Nude Clan Q
Come here, buddy.
hashtag for questions because we're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we just had to bring up like horrors of our lives.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty terrible.
Yeah, that's worse than anything I've had.
Yeah.
Except when he pissed himself.
I did.
Yeah.
You know what? I wasn't even that drunk. And I know that sounds like an alcoholic-y kind of thing to say, but I really wasn't. I only had like 7 beers.
Only 7.
Only 7. Yeah,
Well,
I can count to 7 on my on all of my hands and feet.
I think 7 made me throw up.
Yeah, I've thrown up at 7 before, but it depends on how you do it.
We're
'cause
drinking
used
them
to-
really fast, though. That was in the span of 2 hours.
Yeah, I also used to drink it interchangeably with liquor, and now that doesn't matter to me. It doesn't hurt. It does. It's a sad day when you acknowledge that your body can do whatever the fuck you want it to. As far as alcohol, the beer before liquor thing, just I forget the saying because it doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, pissed myself once. Threw up everywhere one time. That
Beer
was
before
the-
liquor, pissed myself once.
Yeah, that's a saying, right? Beer before liquor, pissed myself once. I need to make a haiku with like something like that.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, it's 3-4-3, right?
No, it's
That's you're at 9.
757.
You need 6 more.
It's 757.
757?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I thought there was just 15 syllables.
No, it's.
I thought that was the whole thing.
No, it's a pattern. Yeah, it is
Okay.
a pattern.
I lied. Don't listen to me. I don't know shit about haiku, obviously.
Damn.
So I don't, because poetry's stupid.
It is stupid, but haikus are fun. That's how I quit my last job, was with a haiku. That's how I told them, like, I was putting in my 2 weeks notice. It's like, it saddens me to say, what was it? It was something, and then 2 weeks I give this day.
You made it a rhyming one.
I did. I made it a rhyme
with the
haiku,
extra
and I was
mile.
like, fuck you. And then I quit like 2 days later. So 2 weeks.
I'm gonna go fuck up my sleep schedule. Be angry all the
I
time.
have a shitload of money, so you can go fuck yourself, Natalie. Name drop.
We didn't even say the name of the guy.
Yeah, we didn't.
We're so
That's
nice.
good.
Good. Yeah.
So nice.
His name
I don't
His
actually
name is
know his
Vanilla.
His name is just Vanilla.
Vanilla Listerine Enema.
Need to get those vanilla.
Vanilla Listerine Enema. Okay.
No.
That's
Let's
his
just
full name.
Let's just call him Vanilla Extra.
Listerine.
We're here to get the vanilla
Vanilla,
extract.
vanilla
out.
extract
Don't let
sounds
my
like a fucking
ass
like
go
stupid rapper. or
dry.
something.
Listerine.
Yeah.
Should I?
Should have been fresher for you. Yeah.
I
that
hope he
is
hears this
terrible.
fucking episode.
I hope so. Yeah.
I want him to know that even when he was sober, he was a douche.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
No one wears sunglasses inside, you fucking idiot. God.
And the flat hats. It's like, it's seriously like it just, yeah, there's a book of like how to be a douchebag, and he has
How to be a
it.
douchebag.
And then never
It's the
wearing
one
a shirt.
book. It's the
literally
one
ever.
book he read. He learned how to read this book.
It was How to Be a Douchebag. Someone changed the cover. It was like How to Be a Bodybuilder wannabe.
Yeah.
They
It's the
just
same
changed the
book.
cover out, but it's How to Be a Douchebag on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
there
right.
you go. Yeah. Okay.
Or
I'm
the book was just called Listerine Enema, so nobody bought it but him. That's the final chapter.
You can follow the show at New Clan Podcast. You can tweet me at Joseph Bigolier.
We already did this.
We already did this part.
Just kidding. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
Live always in the nude.
Fuck
Hold on.
Fuck vanilla.
Yep.